Now people are going to be able to eavesdrop on us.
Weird.
It is weird. People are weird.
It's like inviting people to stare through your window.
That sounds far worse. That just sounds unsettling.
Hey, Ethereon. Good morning, afternoon, good evening, good night,
I
wherever
think it's
you
good
are.
evening for Therion. He's in the UK.
Oh,
But yeah, how's it going, buddy? I think we can just jump right in. So let's talk to Emotep.
Greetings, traveler. I am Imhotep.
and then
Honorable
we'll find a
Vagris has
teleportal
praised your
and a
accomplishments
rebirth
and
fountain
sent
in here,
word of
hopefully.
your coming.
Oh, I'm sure.
Even the heroes of legend might have met their match in a Telkin, yet you have stood triumphant where others would have failed. Greece is not the only land plagued with monsters and other
I wonder
unnatural
what kind of cool creatures we'll see here.
Egypt is also in chaos. The pharaoh has fled the
Maybe stuff a
palace
little bit
and
more
is
oriented
now in
towards
hiding.
Egyptian mythology.
Entire
yeah.
Scarab
armies
beetles.
cannot stop
But I
the
mean, like, is it
monsters.
going to be like Diablo
Without the
2's
gods,
Act 2 kind
our
of stuff? 'Cause
cause
that'd be
is lost.
awesome. Like, I
Death
assume we're going
and
to see
slavery
mummies.
are our...
Nice.
What up, Grim? By the way, Grim, I would love to talk to you about
So they are
the whole El
Just
Gato thing.
careful where you put everything.
I would love to be able to
So
record
long.
Ni no Kuni. Let me sell some stuff. 'Cause apparently I'm
Come
full of
look at my
stuff.
wares.
You not good. Oh wow. Juggernauts or oh right, because I heck. Might be better. For shop tournament for the okay. Nice, dude. That should be fun. I wish you luck in said tournament. Let's switch back to this bow. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Kind of new armor here. Looks kind of neat. And I'm good.
Farewell.
Sorry, music was too loud. Can you? I was saying we should definitely talk about the whole El Gato thing that you were talking to me about because I would love to be able to, you know, play Ni no Kuni on a Let's Play because
Hurry.
that game is
The monsters will
amazing.
be here. What do you want? Quick,
You
before
know,
I
I've
pack
seen the
up.
title, but I don't think I've ever
Why?
taken a peek into it. What's that one about? How's the gameplay?
Basically, you control, like, basically you build up a team. You're a little kid, and you have the ability to control monsters that they call familiars in that game. And so it's kind of got a Pokemon feel to it because you catch them or you basically coerce them to come into your party in some style, and it's hard to explain without giving direct spoilers, but like the things can evolve. It's very neat. It's very intricate and fun. It has a very big actiony Pokemon feel to it, which I think is amazing. And the game starts off feeling like, oh, this game's made for kids, and then it just gets dark, and you're like, not for kids at all.
It's not safe here. The city is overrun.
So I would love to
You
Let's
cannot
play it.
go
Like,
out. I must stay here
and I've only
stand
found a
guard,
few
but,
Let's Plays of it
if only I
online
had my sword.
on YouTube, and honestly, I don't like any of them. I don't like how the commentators did their job. Yep, jackals, that makes sense. So I'm just like, I would love to give my go at it. Not saying I'm going to be better than them, but
Different.
definitely, you know, if someone likes my style, then they'll be happy with it. But yeah, I feel like everyone's taking it slower than it needs to be taken. And I've watched some of, like, you know, the ones that have like tens of thousands of views, and I'm just like, why? But one thing I have noticed is that as I go and click into them, like, you know, a Let's Play always falls off to an extent. You know, people, like, the first one will have 10,000, the next one will have 9, then 8, and it starts to drop off until it hits like a stabilization period. Most of the big Ni no Kuni ones I found have like a drastic drop off that doesn't recover well, and so I'm just like, I think people just don't like how slow these people are going and stuff, and so because yeah, it is a slower game in the beginning, but you know, you know, I think I've seen the game have a disservice done to it. because you can definitely make the game a lot more fun and interesting than what I've watched. And I'm hoping I could do it. Ooh, level.
Nice.
The strength, and then pop into dexterity. What are you? Find cover? No. This thing would be really good to pop more into. 5.4. Tab over here. What do you do? Lethal strike. Okay, that's not bad. Wow, that's really good. What are you? Okay, and but learn the alchemical process still in technical talks and increase opponent's duration, fall poison effects. Okay, let's max this for now, and then next level we can do a little more. I was about to say where'd you go, but I'm just gonna follow the dead piles of scorpions.
You know, in most cases in life, that's a good way to find me.
I like to think so. I was having a big old conversation with your wife, and I was like, how'd you two meet? She's like, I followed a dead pile of scorpions, and I was like, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, Ragemus. Where? Oh, hey.
Hey, Rage. Good to see you. Sorry I didn't
Regeneration
catch you on Twitch last night. I fell asleep a little bit earlier so I can handle some business this morning.
All right, Grandpa.
Hey. Yeah,
how's it going?
definitely a grandpa when I get the chance. If I get the opportunity, I'll go to bed at 7 a.m. and feel great about it.
Wow.
Or 7 p.m. and feel great about it.
I'm about to say the 7A one feels weird. Sounds weird.
Well, I'm on the opposite side of the clock, so literally 12 hours ahead or 12 hours behind, depending on how you look at it.
Fair.
Oh, not bad.
Oh,
If,
I was like, where do we go? There's a debris pile to break.
If I haven't mentioned it to you, Soul, sorry, I'm gonna do a little shameless short plug, but Rage there is doing a Twitch stream of the first couple of Kingdom Hearts for anybody who doesn't want to play those two before jumping into Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, that'd be fun. I watched a guy named Full Grown Gaming. Oh, by the way, I picked up something. Spell piece, the head of a spell scroll. It's a quest item. Okay, didn't know we had that. Guy named Full Grown Gaming has done every Kingdom Hearts, including like the Game Boy ones. So I was like able to actually pick up the lore, because I was like, I'm not gonna play the Chains Memoria or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
I watched and I was like, it wasn't a fun one to watch, but there's so much story involved that is necessary to really understand number 2. So I was like, the fuck, Square? Because like when I played number 2, I was like, who the fuck are all these people? This doesn't make sense. And so I was like, oh, you have to play the Game Boy game. That's dumb. And it's not even the same style game. It's a fucking card game. It's weird.
Yeah, we're supposed to have a strong connection to these characters that just jump in mid-story and they mean nothing.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna watch Rage's stream just so I can get pieces of the lore that I'm sure I've forgotten over the past 15 years.
Yeah, I believe that the people from number 2 matter quite a bit in this one, like the organization.
Organization 13?
Is that what it's called?
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know either. But, I mean, I didn't necessarily like the direction they went with how they presented story in that game. I felt it would have been a lot better if the Disney characters and the Squaresoft characters had been kind of in charge and not a new group. Even like, I mean, let this group exist, but don't make them the ultimate, you know? Like Ursula or Maleficent being like the headest honcho would have been great. But, you know, I get it. They want to introduce a new person, so people aren't just like, oh, they're favoring this fairy tale. But it's like, that was the whole sell of the game. Family Sword? Side quest updated.
I got excited because I saw purple stuff and it just quest item.
Let's see. Act 2, side quest. Relic Shard and 6,000 experience. We just need to go back to town eventually. But... oh my god, maggots! This is like Diablo 2's Act 2. Nice. Yeah, and honestly, number 2, Roxas, was not... I thought number 2 was weird. Like, you're sometimes Roxas, sometimes Sora, and I was just like, don't do this shit to me. Just,
The forced party change.
yeah, I mean, you don't really lose anything, you actually gain, but I just didn't like it. I don't like it when I don't have control over who I am, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You can take my control away everywhere else in the game by forcing a story arc or giving me way too much freedom, to where it gets confusing. But don't. That's why I didn't like Final Fantasy 13 either. I was like, stop telling me who I get to be.
Yeah, let me
Not
at
okay.
least choose the chapter.
I just was really unhappy with that. Yeah, I don't even know what Birth by Sleep is. Is that like another handheld one? Dude, another green staff? Look at you.
Ooh, ooh.
Look at...
See if any of them's actually good. Oh, I'm too dumb to use them.
Oh, here's another one I actually picked up. Also, here's an intelligence-based thing. Another intelligence-based thing. Oh, yeah. See, I don't like it when they split story between
Consoles.
consoles. Yeah, it's just like... Yeah, like, isn't basically Roxas, like, not real kind of thing? Didn't they pull, like, a Titus on him?
Similar. Like,
Like-
I think he's half of Sora.
Yeah, he's like a part that's split off, so he's like kind of a dream. You know, not exactly a dream because they didn't want to do the exact, but it's basically a dream.
Yeah. Well, Square Enix has been selling reoccurring themes for what, 2 or 3 decades now?
Yeah, but at least they've been wrapping them up new. I mean, Final Fantasy 12 is basically the Star Wars story mixed with the Old Testament, but it's still really good.
That's
Well, it
the
is, the
best
whole-
explanation of that game I've ever heard.
I mean, look at the whole judge system. Even if you look in the Bible about the judges, there is one female judge. How many female judges are there in Final Fantasy 12? Uno. Just the one. And then namesakes come from the Old Testament, often the Book of Judges. You know, I mean, it's... I've always tell people, it's very hard to come up with a new story these days, which is why you have to be able to create an old story in a new way. And that's fine. As long as you can do it in a unique way, you're fine. And wow, these things don't take damage.
Yeah, I thought they were immune to my vitality damage again, but they are just beefy.
Birth by Sleep is basically pre-story to Kingdom. I'm always hit and miss with prequels, especially when they're done lazily, which I'm gonna call a handheld lazily. Oh, could I have a heal? So I don't have to waste my potions.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry I missed that.
How dare you? Oh, dude, we leave footprints. Holy crap. We leave footprints. This game just continues to impress.
I think this is just a small alcove for that chest there.
Really?
Oh, did you make it through?
You're right. That's
Not a...
kind of lame. Yeah, I never played Crisis Core.
Crisis Core was fun, but it should have been a full console release instead of handheld port.
Was that the one that explains Zack a lot?
Yes, it gives
Yeah,
you the
that-
full depth of
Zack
Zack. It
deserves
hits
an
behind
entire
Sephiroth.
game.
Yeah. In Final Fantasy VII, you find out that... Well, spoiler alert. Sorry, 20 years later, guys. You find out that Cloud was imagining Sephiroth, and it was really Jenova that was doing all the
Well,
horrible
he
deeds.
wasn't imagining her. Sephiroth was projecting himself.
Yeah, there
So
you go. That's-
everyone, they basically saw the illusion that's why every time you fought Jenova, like a piece would come off. But yeah, a lot of people still haven't gotten that, actually, that Sephiroth's not there. You don't actually see Sephiroth till you find him encased in the crystal. Weird to me how many people don't know that.
In Crisis Core, you actually see Sephiroth as a person, and he has a personality, and he speaks like a guy, and he's just a dude.
Well, yeah, before he went batshit insane for pretty decent reason, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
You know, he kind of got fucked over, but then he went nuts, and you know, you can't give him the benefit of the doubt forever. Eventually, I have to say, fucked up, dude. You went too far.
You can't destroy the planet because of this one, man. Come on.
Here's the thing, though, Therion, about what you said, Crisis Core being a prequel. The game made it obvious that we needed a prequel. Final Fantasy VII made it obvious that there was a lot of information missing, likely due to, time limitations and or budgetary limitations, because they had a big time limitation due to starting the project on SNES and saying, you know what, let's switch to PlayStation. So they had a time frame because they needed to get it out. But also, that was a game that it needed it to make the story actually work. Kingdom Hearts worked in game 1. It just worked. It was a good story. It made sense. And then it
was original for the most part.
And they expanded on it in a way that I just thought didn't actually lend to the greater story. Like a game that could really use a prequel. I guess Final Fantasy VIII doesn't need it because, we get enough information about the prior sorceresses. But, I mean, 7 clearly needed it. Is that a chest over here? No. There's a lady with a possible quest.
I thank the gods that you are here. I have done everything I could to keep the beasts from the library, but now these things are everywhere, even in our archives below.
Since we've been talking about Square Enix games and prequels, I'm going to shift over to sequels. I've been waiting for a real sequel to Final Fantasy Tactics for, 10 plus years? And I'm beginning to think it's never going to happen. Ugh.
The same world.
It is. I like the gameplay of Tactics a lot.
It's really fun. I mean, I really like Final Fantasy 12. It got a lot of flack when it first released, and I think that's heavily due to it being so different because as the years went on, history was more and more kind to it. So I think it just took an adaptation. Like, I hated it when the game came out. I was like, I don't like this. It's not turn-based, da-da-da.
The active turns was definitely very rough to get a hold on, especially jumping from Final Fantasy X.
But once I did my Let's Play of it, I was like, this game's amazing. Like, I absolutely adore that game. I think it's creative, and I think the International Job System version / the HD remake did it a great service of allowing you to actually utilize every job system, as well as you putting in a job board instead of just one board that's the same for everybody, to make it to where everybody can't exactly be the same once you hit max level like you could basically do in 10. I think they did that in 10 and said, hey, people liked this. And they did it again, and people were like, we liked it one time. We don't want it again. And that's actually my biggest complaint with Final Fantasy X is eventually everyone becomes the same. Like, you start off with Lulu being this great magic user, and then she just falls off and Yuna takes over, and that bothers me. I don't like that at all. Kimahri starts off as this great powerhouse, and then he falls off because Auron suddenly shows up. I don't like that. Why is Kimahri suddenly weak? I get it, he's supposed to be the blue mage, but still, he's my favorite guy, and I don't like that he gets gimped. Let's see, mixed Nova thing, yeah, I agree, found it needed, but it would have done better than... What? But it could, well, of course it could have done better. I think they, at the beginning, started rushing things. By the way, are we on a side quest? Nope, we're not. Okay.
I think the library is where Imhotep sent us.
Is it?
Yes.
Let's see. Retrieve the Scroll of Invocation. Yeah, you're right. I think they could have done a better job, you're right, on the Final Fantasy VII front, but they did the whole, we want money thing. But I think they really picked up their game with the release of Advent Children. A movie, I mean, I know that's not a prequel, I know that's a sequel, but I think the movie did a great job. It brought back Sephiroth without making him the only threat, which it would have just been the game again if it was just him. I love that we learned that Rufus didn't die, because Rufus is kind of a badass. I love seeing the Turks. I wish we would have seen more Kate Sith, because most people should know that he is my favorite character in that game, which is, I know, an uncommon statement, but I've always gravitated to the non-humans, and he's the most non-human thing you could ever play as. And come on, it's a giant Moogle. Get over it. Also, he has perfectly balanced stats, while everyone else excels in one area or another and then has weaknesses. He's just balanced, and I like that. But I thought it was a very good game or good movie, and it did a great job. So sometimes, like I watched Kingsglaive after playing Final Fantasy 15, and I was so mad that they did it that way, because basically what I discovered was I should have played the introduction of the game, paused, moved over to the movie, then resumed the game at a certain point. And I was like, that's a really bad organization, but the story was great. Like, it was just fantastic. I would have loved to see those characters from Kingsglaive be a little more present. I mean, I know they died, but, spoken of by name would have been great. But, it was great. Well, I know he's an animated Moogle. I know he's not a real Moogle. He's a stuffed animal, and the cat is also a stuffed animal controlled by, never completely confirmed, but believed to be the leader of the Turks. Controlling him, I think the leader, one of the Turks, but it's never 100% confirmed if he's actively controlling him at least at all times, or if he just kind of is the head agent spying through him, and there's just some random Shinra agent. And I actually like that they never 100% confirmed it. Who is it though that is believed that is supposed to be like the head guy? Which Turk is it? Is it Sang? Or
yes.
I think it's Sang.
That's the one I believe they hinted at the strongest, but then you have Kate Sith in your party when Sang is walking around doing the
exactly, and that's why I believe the most logical thing is that it was probably his project or something. And
that it's a collective.
Yeah, and there's just Shinra agents, and then you eventually, I would say you probably eventually get a rogue Shinra agent that's like, I'm gonna take over this this project and help these guys out because I think Shinra's doing bad stuff. He's controlled by
that's
Reeve.
right.
There you go.
I completely forgot about Reeve. Thank you, Ethereon.
But again, I don't think it's always Reeve is the thing. Because it just wouldn't work out, logically speaking. So I do think that there's eventually a person,
Thanks.
like a team probably. Did you pick up any Vile Ichor charms, by the way? I think I saw you pick up one or two.
I can do a quick check for you. I actually got a bunch of stuff, and you are the holder and bearer of said stuff. So, we got a second bag in there too. Our inventory upgraded.
We got, I was like, we've had that bag, but wow, yeah, we got a second one now. Cool. Did not notice.
It was flashing, otherwise I would have missed it too. Inker. Fang, Vile Inker, Demon Blood, 4 mechanical parts, a fully completed
drop all of them
gold
and I'll start
fleece.
combining them. I've got a bunch. Well, if it's fully combined, keep it, because I probably gave it to you to equip to your own stuff.
Yeah, that one's the energy cost one. I just don't have anything to put it in just yet.
Like when I play Final Fantasy VII, my most common team is Kate Sith and Red 13, for the obvious reasons of them being non-humans. It's just something I really gravitate towards.
I've always been a wild fan of Tifa and Yuffie. Keep the ladies.
I mean, everyone likes Tifa because of her personality. Great personality on that one.
Come, have a look.
Very wonderful personality.
Is that all?
Actually, I like Tifa because it's the like melee brawler class. It always
Yeah.
You've seen that good for
rung
nothing
well with me.
servant?
And then Yuffie being like the amateur shinobi full of klutz, but still manages to kick that ass.
Yeah. I mean, I just get annoyed with Yuffie at one point in the game, obviously, when she does her thing, and I'm just like, I have to do this part again. Fine. But then you get over it, and you're like, you're fine again.
That one killed me. The first time I found that, and she did her little side quest there, I couldn't find her, and she had me stuck for the better part of like 10 hours, so all I did was run around and grind, and then the rest of the game was a walk.
Oh,
Yes,
real
yes,
quick, I've got some stuff
come
for you
again.
that I think you're going to enjoy.
I like stuff.
Yeah, my brother always used Sid. I think that's part of why I didn't use Sid. Here's an energy regeneration and energy ring. Here's an intelligence ring. But what I think you might like the most is plus 5% elemental damages and plus 8 elemental damage flat to pets.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, I figured you'd like that.
when I have enough points in my pocket, I'm going to respec, and I think I'm going to completely ditch the wolves because there's a sylph in my tree as well.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
in the nature tree. Yeah, yeah. I
Yes,
told you that.
you did. I completely forgot. And I was checking it out when we started the stream, and why am I wasting points on wolves when I can get a
I
sylph?
mean, keep a point or so in them. If anything, that means we have something in melee leaving us making other things leave us the fuck alone.
You know, you speak way too much sense for your own good.
I try. Let me see. I've got all my buffs on. I'm gonna put my pot on us both, and I just opened this door. So, oh my god,
It's
That's a big boy.
closed. Oh, it opened. Woo.
that is a big boy. I mean, he's probably gonna muffin, but still, he's a big boy.
I like scarab beetles. They are cool looking.
I agree. Whenever I would play
like a
WoW,
dung
I'd
beetle
always
minus the dung.
yeah, I'd always get a pet like this in World of Warcraft when I played a hunter, just because I thought they were cool. Wow,
Boom.
you exploded. Rigid carapace.
Majestic chest.
I'll show you a majestic chest by the name of Guinevere in Dark Souls. Huh! Wait, no, that's magnificent. Sorry.
Ooh. This has a bunch of junk.
Holy crumbs. Start picking it up and look through it and be like, hey, this is good for me or good for you. No.
2 more coffers. Give me some cash. I want money. Everything's expensive.
Here is a coronal of rejuvenation. 2.5 health regen per second, 57%
Yes,
health
please.
regeneration, and 21% energy regeneration. You might need to
Sounds
stack
right up my alley.
some dexterity, but I'm not sure. Oh, hey, scroll of invocation. Oh. That was one big beetle. Blindness of the gods. Bring the scroll to the Temple of Ta in Sias. Okay.
And all I got was junk.
Yeah, that's all right. We need money. Ooh,
Oh, story of my life.
Story of any capitalist dwelling life. I mean, sure, I like the benefits of a capitalistic country, but in the actual,
Application.
not the application. Well, I guess that, yeah, but the morality of it, I dislike heavily. Ooh, experience shrine.
Yes,
Been a
please.
while since we've seen one of these. All right, killing spree time. Kill
Lich King, don't let me
Arthing.
down.
Seriously, dude. Come on, Arthas, do your job. Or Nazgul. Who the fuck is the Lich King right now? I forget his name. Like, no, it's not Nazgul. That's like kind of the name of the original Lich King. Some paladin took over. I'm sorry, I still enjoy the ideology of WoW. I just think the devs don't give a fuck about the game anymore. So it's a piece of shit now.
Womp womp.
I think we can only have one at a time, so I wouldn't touch that shrine.
Okie doke.
I mean, if it's like Diablo 2, we can only have one at a time. And with an experience shrine, I don't really want to test it.
Smart man.
I try to be. But that thorns would have paid off really well right there because I was fucking surrounded. It would have been great. Oh,
Have some
this way.
healing juices.
Wadjet Canyons. Hey, a person.
There's something out there.
Sure, there is something else there. The Beast of Legends. That sounds nice. It's like Diablo 2. Yeah, only one shrine at a time. Appreciate Aetherion and his constant stream of knowledge. Oh, Aetherion. I already have 4 episodes. Well, I guess 3 now. I've recorded 4 total episodes of Kingdoms of Amalur. So that's how ahead I am right now, since I've only uploaded the first episode. And the goal is, at the moment, to stagger it with Dragon Quest. But with Dragon Quest, I currently have 7 episodes just sitting to be uploaded, which is 14 days of uploads. So I'm just like, fuck. So my question to you, Aetherion, is, since I know you watch that Let's Play, would you like me to just, at least for a time, upload them every day? I don't know.
Ooh.
I mean, because I'm having so much fun with Dragon Quest that I'm still recording it almost every day. Like, it's such a good game. I'm not too far ahead. Yeah, no, I'm not too far ahead in Amler, but, you know, I've made it to the first town and done some exploring. Shrine of Healing, you're useless? You know, what's this quest we picked up, by the way? The Beast of Legend. Local legend tells of a great ancient scorpion. Okay, so we're looking for a giant scorpion in the Wajet Canyon. Whoever kills the Scorpios will receive a magical blessing? Well, that sounds good. That sounds permanent. Yeah, I'm super ahead in Dragon Quest. Like, trying to think of what I think I just uploaded today, going for the captain's treasure. Oh god, and I've done so much beyond that. I just don't always like getting super ahead, because then, like, you know, when people give me comments of like what I can do to do better, like, I've passed that. I'm sorry. Or I can't listen to your comments for like 4 hours of gameplay. I can't listen to you. Let me get 7 more episodes in. But I'm just like, these games are so good. You know? Part of why I like streaming, because it's like, it's instant.
I think that's how I feel about this one. I definitely get the desire to play it outside the stream, but I don't want to ruin the blind experience.
Exactly, that's how I am as well.
I think I've played that first act twice now.
Oh wow.
And it's thoroughly enjoyable. Even on a second run through, you get to play as a different class, test out some other skills. But
Need more energy.
I always stop when I get to the boat. I don't want to go through and start ruining the where to and who's what.
I mean, in a game like this, it doesn't seem like it's that prone to spoilers, except for like what enemies you see. So, I mean, like, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing ever for you to just to play ahead and other stuff, just because it seems like a less story. I mean, I know I said we were gonna focus on the story, and now we're like not, but it's like these guys talk really slow. Here, I'm gonna come to you.
You heard it. I got the boss's permission.
I'm not your wife. We know who the boss is in your life.
That's the warden.
Oh, gotcha.
I do like seeing the change in scenery, though, the change in equipment. We're getting more Egyptian-esque garb.
Yeah, and it's really nice to see just kind of a different environment. Hey, things, attack my frickin' thing. Do your taunt business.
Does that taunting trap there scale with level? Like, higher levels need a higher skill level?
It doesn't say anything like that. It just says it uses provoke. Upping its level will up the radius in which it taunts, but I mean, they were standing right next to it. Another feeling, that's for sure. I've told myself from playing too much and rushing through it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not rushing through the game is the thing. Like, this is Rungu.
That's going to be a pretty throwing stick that does 33% more damage to beasts, and +1 to all skills and hunting mastery, so you can have that.
Did we both pick one up?
Do you have another one?
Yeah, I have a Rungu in my inventory as well.
Alright, selling mine.
Okay, I think we picked it up at the same time and glitched it.
Yes! Duplication!
Wow, I go from 72 DPS to 93. Nice.
Do you replace your other throwing weapon?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What up, fire beetles? Wait, what does it all do? I need to read it again. Beast damage, physical damage. Ooh, the hunting skills I like a lot. That's good. That's good. Oh, wow. You must be the scorpion beast of ancient legends.
We're gonna squish you now.
Something tells me he's gonna be... Oh, he's dead.
2 skill points. That is a hell of a blessing.
Wow. Okay. I'll definitely take that.
Venom Shack.
I mean, we both got the item, so I'm thinking like we both clicked on it at the exact same time and just confused the game. That's my only theory, because why would it drop two of the same unique items? I don't know. I'm not the Pope. I don't know everything. Let's see. This thing learn alchemical process to distill natural toxins, increasing the potency and duration of all poison attacks. Okay, that'd be kind of cool. But I also had stuff here I think that I needed.
What are your skill trees? Are you doing rogue and hunting?
Yes.
Oh, you might like this ring. Check this out. It is, sorry, it's a charm. It's a rogue's charm. +1 to everything in rogue. I hope you enjoy that.
Wow.
Now, if
Oh
I
no,
can
it's a
find one of
necklace.
those.
Okay. The necklace.
Nice. If I can
Well,
find one of those
appreciate
for nature or spirit, that would be lovely. Now, is that just +1 to all your skills, or +1 to the base class?
All the skills in hunting mastery. So like my takedown is now rank 2, things like that, and all my stuff has one more rank in it, which is pretty darn nice. That like that. I like it a lot. But yeah, I just don't know if I should, like, would it be too much if I started uploading Dragon Quest every single day? I don't know. Because I was going to, sit there and rotate it between that and Kingdoms of Amalur. Let's go back to town real quick.
Right away, boss.
Just to turn in that other quest for 6k experience. Because I also don't get that sword out of our inventory. It's kind of just sitting there. Who is it?
Monsters in Greece too.
Not you. Awesome.
For you, I will offer my special rates.
Oh,
The sell value of the Rungu is only 5,000? What junk?
Eh.
I mean, I'll take it, but
Yeah.
better than Zip.
Always welcome.
He's better than nothing. How much money do I have? I have 534,000 gold. Probably you.
641 for me.
Well, I should warn you, it's not
Essence
safe.
of Set's
The monsters will
Betrayal.
overrun Orregotes soon. You should leave while you can.
Essence of
6%
Gerdak's
pierce damage and
horse?
33% chance of pierce retaliation. Sounds like a great thing for a spear wielder like myself. Yeah, I do feel like the rotation is the best idea, and it makes it to where like you don't, like, if you can't watch every day, which I don't expect people to, it makes it to where you're not necessarily gonna fall behind quite as easily. So yeah, I think I'll probably
What
just
was that?
keep with the rotation.
I thought they got in.
I try not to fall
Be
behind, but
careful.
at the same time, I'm a big fan of binge watching. And
That's
recently,
true.
I've had your Final Fantasy 12 stream going on, or Let's Play going on the second TV in the game room, and I can't toss down any likes from that application, so I gotta definitely catch up on those.
And I definitely appreciate the likes. Those are always. I do research. I've been doing research over the past few months on how to, expand your reach on YouTube, and apparently likes are like a massive factor, as well as average time on a video. Like you could have 10,000 views, but if each view is 2 seconds for a 30-minute episode, it doesn't help you very much at all.
Gotcha.
It can actually hurt you. Because actually, I had someone say, "Hey, do you want me to just go through every video and just smash the like button real quick?" I was like, "No, I don't," because that would destroy the average viewing rate. And they're like, "Oh, right," because I just done research. And I was like, "I appreciate the idea, but I want legitimate stuff, anyways. I don't want false inflation. If my channel's gonna grow, I want it to actually grow, which is cool. Like I've hit over 200 subs now, which for me is bananas, because to go between 10 and 50 took me a year, and then once I hit like 75 to 100, it started going up at a pretty good rate. And when I hit 200, I was like, oh, cool, I hit 200. And then, like, you know, subs go up and down because you assume some are bots and some are people either unsubbing or deleting their accounts or getting new accounts, things like that. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I went down, and I was already up by 8. Ooh, Crocodile Man. That's cool. So, you know, I'm just like,
I like their weapons.
yeah, I like their look. So it's been pretty cool to see my channel, you know, it's growing slowly. Sure, 200, I think I'm at 209 at the moment. It's not huge by any means, but for me, remembering being at 12 viewers and or subs, and those just being people that, you know, I posted on my personal Facebook, like, hey, I'm starting this channel, we should sub, blah, blah, blah. The fact that it's actually just grown out of people that I don't know beforehand is what I like. And I'm one of those weird people that initially will stalk a new sub, because, like, you know, it tells me, like, if the person doesn't have privacy settings, it'll say you have a new subscriber and it's this person. And so I like to go on there and see if they've liked a video to see what it is they're watching. Oh, come over here real quick, Experience Shrine. And almost every time, you know, I do this, it's they've liked the first episode of Radiatosaurus. That is the Let's Play that is getting people onto my channel. I'm just like, that makes me so happy, because that is the Let's Play I'm absolutely most proud of. So I'm just like, I'm glad that it's, you know, coinciding to be my most popular one as well.
100% guilty of that one. You got me with the first episode of Radiata, and I think I blasted through that one in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, I remember seeing your first comment, and then, like, I saw another comment, like, on episode 30 or 40, like 2 days later. I was like, damn, who is this guy? He likes this game, which is great because it's a phenomenal game. And I mean, and that's one thing I'll say is I'm helping myself out by playing good games. At least games that I think are good, obviously, but are also not as common. Like, I was lying in bed, not last night, but the night before, and I couldn't sleep. So I was thinking, like, you know, I started thinking about school, I started thinking about work, and I started thinking about my YouTube channel. And I was just like, what can I do to grow my channel? And I was like, well, a good idea would be to just let's play / stream Resident Evil 2 Remake the moment it comes out. You know, try to catch those initial views, da-da-da. And then as I'm laying there in bed, I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want... I'm not the YouTuber that wants to cling on to the newest game. I want people to come and watch my stuff because they want to. I know that's not how it works, because, you know, people have to find you initially, which is technically the hardest part. But, you know, I don't want to just... I call it fishing when you, when someone always plays the newest thing. Unless, like, you know, if your channel revolves around recent release games, that's one thing. Mine doesn't. Like, if you go to my About page, it talks about I want to play traditional RPGs of the PlayStation 1 era primarily, and then also, you know, go into PC, SNES, and PS2 to break the mold kind of thing. That's almost a direct thing of what my About Me page says. And I don't want to break that just to gain viewers or subscribers. You know, I want people to be here because they like the content, they like the games, because I've always known that I play games that were not always in the forefront of the media. Like, you know, I like Final Fantasy VII, but I'm never gonna call it my favorite game. It's just never gonna happen. You hear some people like, oh, it's my favorite game, it's so good. Kudos to you if it is. But I love Breath of Fire 3. To my opinion, a better game than Final Fantasy VII, partially because the story actually makes sense on its own, and that's really nice. But also it fit with me more. I like high fantasy, and that game is high fantasy. You turn into a dragon. We have magic that is just magic. It's not, you know, some basically condensed... I guess Chrism actually is a fossil, so that takes away me saying it's not some condensed thing, but it's still magic, you know? And technically, you don't have a single human on your team in that game, which is really cool, because Ryu's a dragon, Nina is a Windian. I forget the name of Momo's tribe, but she's got, like, you know, really big feathery dog ears. And then you have the fucking Onion, who's apparently the Yggdrasil. Sorry, spoilers, if you haven't seen that yet, go peep that Let's Play, because it was a fun one. But, you know, that's the thing. I want to stay true to me. So I'm like, I've decided I'm not going to get Resident Evil 2 Remake and, like, stream it right away, because that would just be cheating. Why did I play Call of Cthulhu right away? Well, that's because I've been waiting for that game to come out for over a year. And anyone that's seen my channel should know that I'm well obsessed with Lovecraftian stuff, so it wasn't cheating at all. And what did the Theron say that I ignored rotation stop? That was what I was recommended by Mage to watch is one of his streams, and it's not how oh, nice. A grass runner, yeah, that's what her tribe's called. And yeah, none of them are human technically. Sure, they're humanoid, but they're not humans. You know, her clan has animal characteristics. The Windians obviously can have wings. Almost all of them, I think, in the original game. I'm not sure. But over time, you know, the Windians lose their ability to have wings. I think it has something to do with the dissociation from their more primal times. I don't actually know. I'd love to know, and I do want to play Breath of Fire 1 and 2 again, because it's been many years since I've done that, and that was back on Game Boy Advanced, long time ago. Get Dias or Blue, however you want to call her, on our team actually, which is really cool.
Have you ever played any of the Growlancer RPGs?
Never. But they sound familiar.
They are tremendously fun when it comes to the combat, and it's one of those mini games that have various endings. You can actually get the ending where you did everything wrong and the world ends and you suck.
That was how Kudelka was. Like, there was a terrible ending. I was like, holy shit. All right, we got a quest real quick. Plight of the Nile farmers. The farmers in Egyptian have a hard lot. That's a weird sentence. These poor farmers are suffering under nightly raids by strange breed of monsters, part man, part reptile. Find and eliminate these reptilians. Okay. Like, I always thought lot was, like, to be specific to, like, people and stuff. But they have a hard lot, so I didn't know it could also refer to, like a situation, unless they just misused it in the game, because none of this game really seems to have a British approach to English in terms of its writing style or spelling, so I want to believe that they didn't mean to take a British English approach to it. And
British English playing about Egyptians?
Yeah, I hate that I have to say British English, but like I well understand that there's American English, there's and that's basically just talking about dialects, not that it's not another language, but it's just a way to decipher dialect. And then in the United States, we have Southern, we have Western, Eastern. You know, you're not going to hear the same words. Same goes with England. If you're going from England to Scotland to Wales to different parts of England itself, north and south, you know, you're going to have just the different sounds, word choices, however you want to say it.
What brings a foreigner such as you to this place alone?
Your mom brings me to this place. Oh, sick
Be
burn!
sold here?
You want a necklace that gives 12 intelligence?
I'm going to hang on to my necklace because it gives 15 intelligence plus beast damage.
Well, fuck you then.
Come again.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Like, I don't think we need to go to town. We just had a salesman. My bag is super full, like half of it, because I haven't put... Ooh, Temple of Ta. This is our main quest area. Bring the scroll to the Temple of Ta in Sais. Well, this temple doesn't look so good.
Yeah, this one's kind of janked up a little bit.
Asked us to watch for you. Just yesterday, this temple stood whole and Imhotep was not hurt.
I'll wait for you at the battle marker so we can get some delicious buffs.
Bring the scroll of Imhotep. Now bring it to Memphis.
Tennessee? That's
I was
a
actually
march.
just looking at a globe yesterday while the kids were napping. I was like, I have not stared at a globe for years. So I just sat there. I looked over Asia. I looked over Africa. I found out that some countries were completely in different areas than I thought they were. I was like, that's where Nicaragua is.
Oh, I feel terrible about that one. I didn't learn about the geographical location of New Zealand until after Lord of the Rings.
Wait, really?
And I felt like a dink. Yeah.
I thought that one was just common knowledge.
It was one of my gaps in knowledge that people find from time to time, and it was a big one.
I mean, everyone's got a gap, but like, yeah, I always assumed Nicaragua was in Africa for some reason, even though it doesn't sound African at all. For some reason, it doesn't ring as Hispanic to me. But when I think about it, it does. It's one of those, like, I actually have to just actively think about it, which is weird. Honduras, I only knew where it was because I hated Carlos Mencia. And so I was like, where's this place? Where's he from? I'm going to make fun of it for 5 minutes. I just don't like him. He's so unoriginal. I think I liked him in the beginning, but it only took like a couple of his episodes where he'd say, "Oh, yeah, you're surprised I said that." I'm just like, really not. You know, Chappelle and David Pryor, they've all been doing this for a long time. You know, controversial comedy's nothing new, you annoying piece of shit.
Dingus.
Boombar, wow, I haven't seen you since Cthulhu. How's it going, old chum? In England, you also get some very distinct country dialects that sound very different, even though they can literally cross. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's going to be common in Europe. I mean, I have zero proof to this. This is just my assumption that you can have that happen in Europe a lot because, especially with how the EU of free travel's been, you know, depending on where you are, you might have like a massive Polish population or a massive Indian population. So they're going to kind of combine their the two languages together, and you're gonna get different slang. That's why in the United States we have what we call Spanglish. Either one sentence will hold both English and Spanish, and it'll kind of alternate every few words, which is odd, but it actually works. Or they'll kind of combine words that sound similar or whatnot, and it becomes weird compound words. But it's really fun. Right, you were here for some Diablo. Here's the funny thing. I actually kind of forgot that I streamed Diablo. To me, Diablo just happened. It was fun, but I don't think I'll ever play an assassin again. If I want to be AoE, I'm just going to go play a sorceress. Throw this trap. That's why I'm liking this character, though. But yeah, good to see you again, Umbar. It's been a bit. I was actually... I went through I had to open up one of my Cthulhu episodes because I obviously never recorded it to my computer. It's just on stream. And because I wanted to see something like what choice I'd make because I'm playing the game again. I was like, I don't want to make the same choice. And I was like, I just saw your name like scrolling in the live chat. I was like, oh, Umbar, where's he been? I told Geeky she needs to play Pathfinder with us eventually, but then in saying that, I remember that I don't have room for her in my current campaign, so I'm like, but don't make offers when you don't have room. Feels rude. And also, I remember she plays like, I think you guys play 5th edition. Oh my god, they're all shiny. And that's a pretty sarcophagus.
This feels like one of those games where it would have mummies pop out of something like that.
Yeah. Or a pharaoh. I mean,
I dig it.
what that's for when it's at that kind of design. Or, you know, like a high-ranking official or whatever. Or reshelf the Undying King. His name is Reshelf. I mean, he's been shelved once, and I have to do it again. Undying King of Nubia. Oh, he's a zombie hero in order. He hits like a freaking truck.
Oh, he's a hero.
Yeah,
Squish him.
Hurts. 2800 XP. I'll take it.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh, wait. When did I grow a level? I definitely need more energy, so I'm just going to stockpile some of that.
Oh, no kidding. I'm halfway to the next one. I completely missed it.
Yeah, I was
Aetherian,
like, I'm
where are
pretty
you
far
at?
on this level. And I'm like, Or a curse or some kind. But yeah, I mean, a similar thing at there can happen in the United States where, like, just depending on who heavily influences the culture of any specific part of town, can also influence the language quite a bit, which is why I'm like, it's all English, but, you know, it's different. There's a current push in the United States that I'm not happy with. Oh, funny.
There's a lot of those. Which one are you talking about?
Well, right now it has to do with English, because since we're on that topic. I'm well aware of slang. I'm well aware of Ebonics and, you know, all that stuff. And I'm like, in common speech, I don't care. But there's a current push that deems grading, like when you grade an English paper as a teacher, if you say ain't or things like dog, like DAWG, like if you mark those as not words, that it's being racist.
Really?
And I'm very confused about this. I've talked to my more like PC friends that like if it's not like the epitome of PC, they get mad at you because I have some sensitive friends. And I'm like, Jesus, you guys shouldn't leave the house. Because I think you're just going to be upset all the time, you know? Like, I don't like being mean to people, but I also am just like, half the time, if something's in jest, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. But, you know, apparently it's considered racist because if you don't count Ebonics as proper English, it's discriminating. And I'm like, no. The sentence I'm about to say does not sound nice, but it is factually true. Ebonics stems from the history of a group of people not being allowed to be educated. It is common knowledge that if you educated a slave back in the day, you would go to jail if not be killed. It's a terrible thing, but it happened. But it doesn't make that language grammatically correct in the terms of English. It can be its own language if you want, or a subset, which is perfectly fair that it is a subset. But to label it as racist when you say, I'm sorry, dog is not a real word, or a proper word when you're doing academic writing. And that's the thing. It's for academic writing. If you're writing a blog, or you're writing a personal reflection essay, things like that, I think it has its place. Or if you're writing a novel and this is how your character speaks, 100% ideal. I don't want you to make... I want to be able to understand the person in part by how they speak. You know, I do that in my own writing with my characters. You know, they don't all speak perfect English. In fact, only one of them does. Only one speaks proper English. The S really fuck up the language. But to call it racist, I think is misusing the word. I just think it's one of those things where we see certain words used because they're effective, but it doesn't actually make them truthful, and it just upsets me because when those actions actually do happen, that word has thus lost its power because of its overuse. And there's a reason when people hear the term racist these days, they just get like, it's because we've heard it in everything. I once told someone that I didn't like fried chicken that much, and they asked me if I was racist. I was like, that's your first question? I just don't like how greasy it is. Like, holy crap, I don't want to feel sick after a meal. I grew up on Asian food, so pretty opposite.
It's justified to not like fried chicken. It's not racist.
Also, I was specifically talking about KFC, and I was like, well, they used to taste really good, then the United States decided to ban trans fats, and oh my god, this is a lot of enemies. And, you know, KFC never figured out how to make good quality fried chicken without trans fats, because guess what? Trans fats are delicious! And usually I'm like, you know, let people make their own choices, da-da-da, but I also understand the power of marketing and the power of the American people to not research anything on their own. You know, basically American stupidity I'm unfortunately aware of and constantly upset with. I think I would have to depend on the context personally. A little strange to slang, but it's technically part of the language. It is, but again, the idea is this was talking about college professors grading English papers in English classes. That was the specific target of the article. And so I was like, okay, if you're going to get that specific, then you're opening yourself up to a lot, because these were like, they were specifically citing master level degree English writing, which is clearly going to be academic writing. And
with
academic
things like
writing,
dog in their thesis.
Again, it has its place. You could put slang in a thesis. I just hope there are quotation marks around it, because technically dog means you're also acknowledging the reader or yourself, which you're not really supposed to do in academic writing anyways. You know, academic writing is a very specific style of writing. It's honestly boring as fuck to read. It's pretty boring to write unless it's sciencey, because science is fun to write about, but when I have to do academic writing on like philosophy and sociology, I'm just like, I don't care. I don't like writing this way. It has zero personality. You can't even put yourself in the writing. It's just boring. But it's what it is. You know, you have your references. You're doing citations of other authorities on the subject, blah, blah, blah. It's what it is. Do I want the academic writing to progress at some point? Yeah, I do. But it hasn't yet. Hell, I argue with my teachers enough when they tell me I've misspelled the word color because I put a U in it, and I'm just like, you're not an English teacher, you're an education teacher. There are different forms of spelling, and any dictionary will tell you that both forms are technically acceptable, so fuck off. I've always had my grade turned around, but it was annoying. It's annoying that sometimes I have to do that because I do spell color with a U. I do spell favor with a U because that's how I learned the words. I didn't suddenly say, I'm going to start spelling the English way. No, that's how I was taught because, well, my great-grandma's from England and she taught me some stuff when I was a little kid. Would love to see the glossary entry for dog. Well, here's the thing. Some people like to use the Webster's Dictionary, and I think that's atrocious. If you're not using Oxford, fuck off, because Webster's Dictionary includes social things. Bootylicious became a word. It's some years ago. And I was like, fuck off, Merriam-Webster, you hipster piece of shit. So I basically only adhere to the Oxford Dictionary because they have respect for the language to an extent. Here's my thing. If it also exists in Urban Dictionary, it probably shouldn't be in your paper.
You know, that's a pretty good guideline. I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think that's a simple thing. If it's in that, you know, if it's on Urban Dictionary, probably doesn't belong in your academic writings. There are plenty of ways to get slang into your writings, but yeah. And I know, and here's the thing. I use the word dog as a very simple example, but the article that I read had a lot more than that, and it was more so talking about severe misspellings and things that revolve around basically Southerners, not just black people, but Southerners. You know, you listen to Southern white people in the United States, they've got a unique way of talking.
That's one way of putting it.
Doesn't always sound
clear?
Yes. Like, my uncle has a master's degree in education. He's also from Arkansas. So to his face, I have said, Uncle Bill, you're literally one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life, both in your education as well as how you've utilized that education for your life. However, when I talk to you, it's hard to listen because you don't sound that intelligent. And his response was, Scott, no one from down here sounds intelligent. You gotta get past that. We all sound like we're dumb as rocks. And I was just like, holy shit. He said it, not me. Because, yeah, the Southern accent is not the most flattering. And I know England, I know you guys have a certain accent there that has the same effect. You know, a certain core blimey might come to hint. But, the French have a word police. Only certain words are officially allowed in their dictionary, mostly to avoid friendly. I'm okay with that. You know, let the dictionary be run by... See, this is where I'm torn. I don't actually like the government running anything. Except for... I'm not going to talk about this, because I have so many mixed feelings about everything that I want, like, weird combinations of things. I did not actually port to town, did I? There is a merchant here, so that's all good.
Welcome.
Oh, when did I pick up a new bow? Yet.
I saw a bow of life in there somewhere.
Raider Bow of Frost.
Ooh, that sounds tasty.
Doubt it's better, though. It doesn't give me +1 to all my skills, I'll tell you that much. It doesn't do that. Ooh, that is a... And now that I have this necklace, I don't want to erase it either. Because it's so good. Like, ooh, +1 to all my skills. I dig it. Why do I always manage to get into these probably not appropriate conversations in stream that are like political or religious in nature? Why do I do this to myself? Like, this is what I want to avoid on my channel. Because I just want it to be a place for fun. But streaming does not bring out the best in me. That's what I just said. It doesn't bring out the best in me. So, anybody see that sports game? Ludicrous display, really.
You don't know anything about this.
I know I'm
Sorry.
referencing a show. Ludicrous display. Shit, what am I referencing?
I wish I knew.
That's exactly what I was talking about there in the Cockney one. I was literally thinking of Yangus for a moment, because, you know, core blimey, why not? I like to believe that they are the Southerners of your country. But Arsenal always trying to walk. What show am I referencing? Ludicrous display. Oh, IT Crowd. Duh. Yeah. I said it before I saw you type it too, Umbar. I'm glad I got it. I love that show. Oh, speaking of good British shows, I've gotten Lady Friend to start watching Black Books with me, and she's digging it because, I mean, it's hard to go wrong with some Dylan Moran. In all honesty, that guy is really good at what he does. He's really good at playing a drunken guy. Who knows? Maybe he's actually drunk on the set. I don't know. When I watch his stand-up, he acts drunk too, so I don't know. All I know is he's funny, and Black Books is a great show. I really want to find Coupling again, but it's not on Netflix anymore, and I'm not finding it on YouTube. So, really sad, because I haven't seen Coupling since, let me see, I was living in San Diego, and it was still when I got DVDs from Netflix as opposed to streaming, so...
Ooh.
How long ago is that? Bill Bailey is my favorite comedian. Love Black Books. Yeah. Wait, is Bill Bailey the bald guy? Manny? Is that his name? Because I know Ben Bailey is the really tall dude that did Cash Cab. But he's a really good comedian as well. Okay, yeah. I've never seen a Bill Bailey stand-up. The thing is, I watched all of Black Books, and then, like, a year or two later is when I saw a stand-up by Dylan Moore, and I was like, oh my god, he's so good. Like, his stand-up just is fantastic. Especially the stand-up, Yeah, Totally. You can find it on YouTube for Freezy. It is amazing. I love his approach, his thoughts on the Irish being dramatic. It's just phenomenal. He's just like, the Irish people, their life is full of drama. It's like, what time is it? It's 12:30. 12:30. I thought it was only 10 after. The whole day is fucked. And then, like, what? I think my favorite bit from him is, what's the weather outside? No, don't tell me. I'll look myself. It's a fierce mild. I've never thought of the term a fierce mild in my life, and it just makes my day. Also,
Never once.
Farmers are not people. They're just necessary to kill the cows. Because he talks mad shit on, like, the country. Because he's like, oh, you people, you wanna move to the country. You don't want to do that. The country's shit. Trust me, I'm from there. And I can agree. I'm from a farming town. It's shit. You don't want to go there. It's hot. People do the same thing. They either shoot their guns at pigeons because they're fucking sociopaths that don't care. They're like, we're just shooting BB guns at a pigeon. Yeah, it's dead, you asshole, or it can't fly anymore, you prick. You think it's gonna live for much longer, you fucking sociopath? Alright, little Dahmer, let's go. Jesus. Yeah, I've got a soft spot for animals, by the way. Yeah, growing up around a bunch of farmers and their kids, I didn't like it. They're very boring people. They just want to... They're the people that, at age 29, are still posting about how much they drank last night on Facebook. You know, they're those. And I'm like, that's something I thought would stop by at least age 26. And a lot of them have kids and are still doing this. Or like, they're the people that are talking mad shit about their job while having their boss added on Facebook. It's a really weird thing.
That's a strange dynamic.
It's a
I
stupid
think I ran out
one.
of stamina for that like 5-10 years ago.
I almost never post personal shit on Facebook because I don't see the point. If I want my friends to know, I'll just tell them. However, lately I've been getting in a fight with a guy on Facebook that I went to high school with. We were really good. We got on real well in high school. We ran track together. We were on the relay team, so we worked together a lot. And I thought morally he was just a real stand-up guy. And he follows this branch of Christianity that like merges Judaism as well, which I thought was really interesting. So they kind of acknowledge the Jewish holidays as well. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. I've never heard of that. And then so we talked about that a little bit, and I was like, I'm too lazy to learn more, but it's interesting, whatever. But he just keeps posting this incredibly bigoted stuff. And one time he's like, you're just saying all this stuff against me because you're a Democrat and I'm a Republican. I was like, for one, I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent because, this two-party system is a bowl of shit looking in the mirror at itself, but whatever. And two, I have a lot of Republican friends. I have a lot of Democrat friends. I'm not going to actually say a lot because I don't actually have that many friends because I'm also of the mind that as you get older, you have less friends, but hopefully they're better kind of thing. So I'm not that like hundreds of friends people. I have like 10 to 15. And that's a lot to me. But he just says the most bigoted shit. But worse than that is the hypocrisy. If you're going to be a bigot, just be a bigot. Like through and through. Just fucking go for it. I don't like it, but go for it. But don't, like, do that terrible version of Christianity that Americans have adopted of how being kind and great, blah, 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 and then fuck you to anyone that needs help. Oh, well, they should fucking work for it. Wasn't Jesus, like, a really giving dude?
That's my understanding.
You don't have to be religious to know that Jesus was a hippie. That, like, 30 years he wasn't in the Bible, I really think he was in fucking Tibet or wherever the Buddhist people are studying that, because a lot of his teachings were very Buddhist in theory, and he was just a hippie. He was. And he liked wine so much that he's like, hey, water, your wine now. What's up? That's how much he liked wine. That he said, fuck you, life-giving liquid, turn into something else. Oh, another level. Now see, this is the kind of political stuff I'm okay with when it's just funny. At least I think it's funny. If I'm offending someone, I'd say I apologize, but I have a dark sense of humor, so sorry if you're upset, but not for my words. That's a weird sentence. But yeah, I always tell people, if you're going to be a bigot, just be a bigot, but don't be a hypocrite. Don't sit there and talk about, like, because he posts about his faith a lot, like, more than a pastor needs to, and he's not a pastor, mind you. But then he just posts the super bigoted stuff. Like, he'll post the whole, like, treat the immigrant as the neighbor thing, and then fuck immigrants. And I'm like, you're half Mexican. This is really weird. But then he does the my family came here the right way. I was like, okay, what year did they come here? And he said like 18 something. I was like, cool. Do you actually know what the immigration laws were back then? They were show up. That was the right way back then. You show up. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say you let everyone in, because obviously you can't logically do that. You need housing in place, all that crap. But, I mean...
Back then you could. We had all of the space available.
Yeah, we had all the
needed people.
space. But, I mean, and I could be I'm not a nationalist. I'm very people before country kind of person, even though that doesn't necessarily make sense. I also understand, though, that the government should focus on taking care of its own citizens beforehand. So, again, I have a very weird thought of how things should go. It's very desirably humanitarian, yet there's a realistic aspect going on, and it's trying to find a balance, basically. Of course, born in the Middle East, Jesus would have... Oh, yeah, he's very white and blue eyes and blonde hair. God, if Jesus showed up to the airport right now, I don't think he would make it through TSA. They'd be like...
Not without a cavity search.
Hey, can you come to the side? And he'd be like, but I'm the son of God. They'd be like, of course you are. Why is your shirt so bulky? They'd say something like that to him. You know, Jesus would not make it through TSA. You know, I mean, the Bible's very clear that hair like sheep's wool. But, you know, I grew up believing in blonde Jesus until, you know, I grew up believing in blonde Jesus as long as I believed that the Pilgrims and the Indians got on well. And then I got older, took a real history class, and was like, God damn. He wouldn't get into America. Well, yeah, he wouldn't get in the UK now. Though I'm very confused about the UK right now. I mean, they tried to fire Theresa May, and they didn't, but they also, like, horrifically said fuck you to her Brexit idea, so you guys are in a weird state too. However, you still don't have a Cheeto running your country, so you're doing all right. So, I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. I mean, that's like the one real political statement I'm very comfortable with being like, is like, I don't like him. He makes me sad. And confused at the same time. And that's when I also started to, like, my brother was like, hey, I think you should know that, like, the majority of our family voted for him. And I was like, fuck! You're right! The family's kind of racist!
Bye.
The farce in the UK does farce well. You're right. The UK has a very interesting history. Well, I could say more, like, history of, but no, it just has a very interesting history. And that can actually end the sentence. But that doesn't change my desire to move to the United Kingdom, as I've wanted to since I was 15. One of the few things UK does well lately. Now, you guys will continue to do curries well, because, you know, you just had to invade everybody. And it worked out real well for your cuisine. Well, it did. Tell me I'm wrong, and you'll know you'll be lying.
You're not wrong, not even a little bit.
I can't remember who it was. Who's the Jewish guy that has a different hat in every episode of 30 Rock? Judah Friedman or something like that?
I haven't seen 30 Rock since it aired season 1.
Well, you should watch it again because it's an amazing show.
You know, it's on Hulu. It's on my to-do list.
It's on Netflix where you don't have to have commercials.
We pay for the Hulu.
Weird. But no, I'm just kidding. But no, he has a stand-up where he just basically just assaults every culture, and I love it. You know, he's an equal opportunist. But he's funny. Very funny how he does it.
Short reminder, you do have level points to go around.
Yeah! I'm just pumping energy right now, because I keep running out. But what does he do? Oh yeah, he's talking to one guy, he's like asking people where they're from, and then he just makes fun of their culture. And shit, true, our cuisine is pretty good and and it's because one, you're near Europe. I guess you're in it, but you're not continental Europe, I should say. You're a little island of amazingness. Also, you get less sunlight in the United States, 25% less at the last metrics I looked at. So, you know, it's another reason I want to move there. But what was I getting at? I should probably focus on what I'm doing with my skill points before I go off on that. Let's actually pump our heal over time. There, now we heal for 6 every second instead of 3. That's nice. Like, he did a thing on the Palestine Jerusalem thing. Like, he's asked people, guys like, oh, I'm from Jerusalem. He's like, oh, cool, you're from Jerusalem? What part of Palestine you're from? And then in a later show, there was a person from Palestine. He just said what part of Jerusalem you're from, you know, just to basically fuck with them. You know, I thought that was fun. You know, equal. You make fun of someone, make fun of all of them. Why not? I get made fun of all the time. I'm short. I'm white and straight, which apparently is a reason to get... I get called a cis white male sometimes, and my first time I got called it, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Because I'd never really heard it, and they're like, it means that you don't have... I was actually told it means you don't have the right to talk about issues of diversity. And I was like, okay, first off, no. Probably not. It means I'm not going to be listened to, apparently. And it means I don't have necessarily the same understanding. I will give you that right off the bat, because I don't live the experiences of certain hardships, and that's perfectly fair and fortunate of me. But it doesn't mean that my opinion should suddenly be invalid. It means I should seek...
I am relieved to see.
Experience.
Seek understanding from others. And I think that's the way to go. Reward robust ring of spirit. Oh, we got that. More than 50% of our days are overcast. I mean, he can say it's melancholy, but I mean, I love Overcast. I made the mistake of moving to Colorado, which has some of the most sunlight in the country, and I'm like, fucking sun's everywhere. 14 strength percent, held that and that. What am I going to get rid of? Detective band.
You know, I like the idea of moving towards European nations, but the weather kills me. I'm an avid motorcycle rider, and Southern California does it for me.
See, I don't like leaving the house. That's I think in Dylan Moran's stand-up, he's like, I don't leave the house if I don't have to, but the whole family and we went to Australia. And that line, more than anything, just resonated with me. I don't leave the house unless I have to. And I just thought that was the greatest, most truthful line ever
I
spoken
don't have time for
in the history of stand-up comedy.
I'm too busy.
Because yeah,
So as long as the weather doesn't destroy the house, you're good?
yes. If I could work from home, I would. But obviously, you can't teach kids from home.
Well, just yours.
True. Gate of the Sphinx.
That sounds like fun. Gate of Palm.
Woman, Giza, awakening ancient guardians, search for him and family's tomb there, and pyramids in Giza, order to restore authority, Memphis, What's the main quest saying to do? Obtain the Eye of Chaos in the region near the Phaean Oasis, obtain the Hand of Balance from Giza. Where's the Gate of the Sphinx? Okay, this goes to Giza. So we do need to go there, and there's also, let's see where the northern area goes. See, I do need to look up a Bill Bailey stand-up, because I do like to, if I like someone's comedy show, obviously I should look into what they do. Then this is just artisans' quarters. It's like artisans. Artisan.
You know,
Oh,
I see
scorpions.
gates opening, but I don't see your character moving. It's kind of funny. You're standing next to one of the merchants.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't see me right next to you?
No. There's a wolf and a lich king, and I'm all by my lonesome under a bridge.
That's not good. How'd you get under the bridge? Oh.
Clicked under the bridge.
I don't think you're supposed to get under the bridge. Oh, never mind. I guess you can. So you still don't see me?
I still don't see you.
Maybe we should exit and come back in the game then. That's not good if we're not seeing each other. I'm going to exit game and restart.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same real quick.
Log in. Tacos for life. Start. But yeah, oddly enough, and I don't know why, but at least when I checked in 9 or so months ago, the British government had a desire for American-trained teachers in the primary realm. And I don't know why, but apparently our curriculum and our teaching is perceived as really good for education. And so Britain wants my kind. So I'm really hoping to, once I get this degree finished, be like, hey guys, can I teach some cool little British kids how to do maths and stuff? I'll take your pounds and spend them there. I'm not going to send them back to America, because why would I? Also, I found out if I were to get dual citizenship, I would still have to pay taxes in the U.S. for not living there. Yeah. Lady friend told me about that. I looked it up because it sounded dumb. And I was like, God damn it. That's stupid. It is dumb, but it's factual. And apparently it's because, if I were to get in trouble, I get the U.S. protections kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, leave my pounds alone. If I make pounds, I want to give them to whoever's in charge at the time.
Or at least a portion of them.
How's the queen doing, by the way? I heard she went to the hospital. She doing all right? I assume the news would tell me if she died-ified, but I like to believe she'll never die.
Died-ified, that's a new one.
Yeah, I heard that as well. Not sure how legitimate it is as of yet, though. Which one? The queen going to the hospital or something else? Oh, her husband did? Apparently Harry or whatever his name is ain't doing well. Are you coming back into the game? Doug? Philip, whatever. I only care about the queen. The rest of the royal family can shove it. Don't ever tell the British government I said that. I still want to move there.
Yeah, I'll be there in just a quick second. I'm loading in right now.
I mean, every time I go to the grocery store, like, you see those, Those, what are those stupid magazines called?
The tabloids.
Yes, those. And there's apparently like issues between the princesses or whatever. You know, the one and the other one.
Those ones.
Yeah, those ones. I mean, they're pretty ladies. That's all I know about them. Like, are they doing nice stuff? That'd be good.
All
You
right,
see me now?
Bob Ross is moving.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is it on the UK? Oh yeah. I mean, the thing is, yeah, it was a thing at least 9 months ago. I don't know if it still is. Obviously, I think the Brexit thing might influence that, and depending on which way it goes, how they decide to do if Brexit actually happens, because at the right moment we don't know. But depending on how immigration gets cited in the final bit. Wait, is that it over here?
I think that is. Big ball of nothing.
Yeah, that could obviously... Oh, there's a gate over here. That could obviously alter that. But, I mean, there are things that the United States is perceived to do better than parts of Europe, oddly enough, in education. Obviously, when it comes to primary, no one's beating Finland. Apparently, just Scandinavia as a whole is just kicking ass. Taking names, but, I mean, Norway's doing well also. But yeah, apparently some of our colleges are pretty damn good. The current thing is a bunch of people are trying to get to revote on it if we do Brexit or not. And I think that should be the case because, I mean, at least from an outside perspective, it seemed pretty obvious that no one actually expected it to happen as a whole. And then when it suddenly got voted yes, people probably didn't fully understand what it would entail because there's a lot of good for being with the EU. Obviously, some things that aren't desirable to every specific country, but a lot, especially when it comes to governmental things like, trade and taxes, a lot of things the government's going to like about being in the EU. I know there's a big controversy right now with, like, Ireland and Northern Ireland, and they're worried about that kind of stuff because a lot of people in Ireland do their business between the two technically different countries, which is still weird. What am I doing? I should just stay here and take the hit. It was under 1% split. So much. Yeah, and that's another thing since it was so close. I remember I was working in a coffee shop at the time when the news hit. When I was just like, "Wow, I did not expect that." And I was working at the same coffee shop when Idiot won, and I was like, "God damn it!" Like I didn't want the other one to win either, but I was just like, "God damn it!" I was one of those. I wanted Grandpa to win, even though he wasn't in the final race, and good bit of his things don't actually make fiscal sense, but at least they mean well.
A positive ideology, even if it's not practical.
It would just be nice to have a positive ideology again. I mean, I know we haven't had a perfect president ever, but we experience shine. But like,
Oh, yes, please.
At least some had better reason. Like, what did JFK do to get shot in the face? Like, what did he do? Like, what? I mean, I get why they shot Lincoln, because, the whole slavery aspect. Like, that makes sense. I mean, it sucks, but, it makes sense why people would be mad. But, seriously, what did JFK do to get assassinated? Like, did it have to do with Cuba? Was he doing something else? Like, I don't know history very well, by the way. I don't. That's why I'm legitimately asking if anyone knows what JFK did that made someone want to shoot him in the face. I'm really curious. Because I've never known. All I know is one of the best jokes I ever heard was, what was the last thing his wife did as First Lady? Use the White House funds for a dry cleaning bill. Yeah. Rough, but good. Like I said, dark sense of humor. That kind of stuff does not bother me. It just makes me laugh. Like, I'm the guy that was like, it's 9/11. I can't wait for the memes to roll in. That was me. Every year since I got on 9gag, basically. I'm like, this is fine. Like, I know it's a sensitive subject for people. But, hey, I'll use the same excuse that I've heard bigots use. Get over it. Just get over it. It happened a while ago. No one likes to actually hear that when it affects them. But yeah, Memes are good on that day, and I know a few people who were like personally affected by that day, and I'm like, I don't say those jokes to them if I know that they were personally affected by it. I've apparently said it to someone. They're like, I had a cousin who looked at the tower that day. I'm like, I don't fucking know. But I mean, I'm just like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. You can't get mad at me. I mean, you can get mad at me, but you can't like expect me to feel like intense guilt when I didn't know. Sobek Plateau. Sobek is a badass god, by the way. Fucking crocodile man. Referendum is really not legally binding. It was always going to have. Well, yeah, I mean, even on the U.S. side, I mean, if you do your research at least, you know that it still has to go through Parliament. Like, it's just like getting the what do you guys want? What do the people want? What do they call you? The laymen, the locals, the people? I don't know. Here they call us the taxpayers. By the way, can we file our taxes? Our government's still shut down, apparently, and the IRS is like, well, we don't have people. We've let everyone go. And Trump's like, no, people can still file taxes, and the IRS is like, we don't have people. Like, no one's here to work.
I'm hoping that doesn't hit us, because I'm actually looking forward to taxes this year.
Seriously.
Me and wife will get a file joint for the first time ever.
Ooh, that'll be good.
And I want a big fat nugget, and then they do this shutdown. And
they have to technically give us our money, or else it's taxation without representation. And at the moment, we don't have. Well, no, I mean, I guess Congress and the House are still in session, so we technically have representation. Our governors are still working, but now it's taxation without funding. Like, I'm fine with paying taxes if shit gets funded. Like, I complain. Like, yesterday, the roads were shit because we got this sudden storm that we knew about for days. It was in the forecast for days that we were going to get a lot of snow. I think it was more than they expected, but still. Put some fucking ice melt down before it snows, please. We literally pay taxes in Colorado for the roads. You have no idea how many cars were sliding. I have an all-wheel drive car. I slid. Because guess what? Colorado is nothing but downhill. Both ways. It's always downhill. Unless you've made a full stop, then it's uphill. That's how Colorado works. Fucking stupid. It's just a giant set of hills that made a state. Rex has been off-lived on both sides. It could have been a decent conversation about. Yeah, I mean, I know I talk a lot of shit about the U.S. government, and obviously it's because I live here. But I mean, every government has its issues. You know, you guys also don't get on well with. I mean, I think partisanship has shown to be a little better, or bipartisanship has shown to be a little better in the UK at times on certain subjects. But I think it also just has to do with how the country is formed, what its history is, actually having a history for one. But I mean, right now, this is the worst. I've gone through political history, so I know that to an extent. And this is like some of the worst we've seen this country. Like, it's just like, you don't have to like Democrat or Republic, but when Trump announced that Pelosi was traveling to a war zone, that's just dangerous. They do it in secret on purpose because people want to assassinate them. They just do. Especially people like ISIS that, you know, are being fought against by our government. They don't want these people alive. So that's why they go to these places in secret. So when I know she did a thing on him of like, hey, you should cancel this. Or I think it was like, reschedule your State of Union speech. I don't know the reason. I don't know if it was founded. But just the fact that there was a reprisal it was dangerous. There's nothing dangerous about saying, hey, can you reschedule your State of the Union speech? Don't even know if it was rescheduled, by the way. But it was completely dangerous what happened of letting foreign governments and whatnot know that they were traveling, because they do travel in secret for a very good reason. I don't know much about Pelosi. I do find her to be annoying, to be honest, because she did call herself a transitional leader, yet she won't fucking transition. She won't give up her power, so I'm like, so you're a liar is what you are. Great, you kind of suck too. Thanks for making the other side look bad. Well, the other side also looks bad. But I mean, that was just dangerous. That's all you can say. And then the guy I talked about that, has been really bigoted. By the way, the main story behind that was I finally unfriended him because I was like, I'm just tired of being upset by reading his bigotry. But he posted the letter that Trump wrote about it. And he did like hashtag why I voted for him. I was like, you voted for him so he could offhandedly assassinate someone? Because that is a way of looking at it. Is that extreme? Of course it's extreme. Ooh. Bunch of greens and stuff. Yeah, it's true. All hell the name. You're not calling a bit of egotism. But you can't file and all of it. I mean, I guess we can get the filing done. That's something good. But yeah, I feel that was very dangerous, and it was a childish move. It was just someone doing, I'm going to do it to you too. And I'm in a place of much higher power than you. Oh, is this? Scholars plated bracelets of guile. Normally I'd give... Oh, no, they're not even... They're called scholars, but they have nothing to do... Oh, they give energy. I definitely need this. Bonus to poison damage, bonus to bleeding damage. Hell yeah.
Sounds like some good stuff for you.
It really is. I don't want to find a better helmet than the one I have now. I've had enough with it all. Politicals. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I think every now and then we get a couple of good politicians, but they're not going to win. And if they happen to get office, they're not going to beat the mass amount of people that are complete asses. So, I'm done talking about politics. I'm sorry, guys. I know that's not why you come here. And if it is, your desires confuse me.
That makes you guys weird, not him.
Yes.
Or me. Or
I mean,
us.
I know I'm weird. Like, one of the kids came up to me like, hey, yo, Mr. Soul. They don't call me Mr. Soul, obviously. If they did, that would kind of make my day if I was Mr. Soul. Looks like we missed a town. It was probably the other direction.
Missed a whole town.
Yeah, but it's probably just the other direction from Memphis. So I'm not worried about it at the moment. But he's like, there's one kid, he's really funny. Like, he came up to me, he's like, yo, dude, what's up with your face? And I just looked at him and I was like, I wish I knew, man. Kind of weird, isn't it? It's really hairy and stuff. And he just walks away laughing. But he's like, you're a weirdo. And I was like, yeah, I am. Sorry. He's like,
Can I get to teach you how to function in life?
yeah. I did an entire, I got all the classes together. I was like, all right, guys, we're going to, like, relearn how to wash our hands because you're all really bad at it. And yes, that's how I talk to the kids. Because we have a relationship now. Did you know the Discord logo looks like Mickey Mouse's shorts? God damn it, Umbar. Now I'm never going to unsee that. Ah!
Wait, what?
The
Discord
Discord.
looks like Mickey Mouse's
It does. Damn it, Umbar. You're grounded. Telling Geeka to take away your favorite D20.
Yep. Can never unsee that one. That's forever.
There's some things people say, you'll never unsee this. I'm like, I've totally unseen that. But I don't know if I'll ever unsee that one. I think, yeah, one area we're going to the Fayum Oasis, and the other one we're going to Giza for the Hand of Balance. So, yeah, so we've got a split for this quest. Ah, holy crumbs, they're big old things.
Lich King, help!
Do your job! We summoned you for a reason.
I am, in fact, one level away from being able to put a Sylph in the party as well, so I look forward
I've
to that.
grown a Therion? What the fuck? I've grown a level again, and you didn't let me know about my ability points. What kind of viewer are you? I would say you're fired, but I'm not paying you, so... shape up or ship out, as they say in the first episode of Black's Books. That portion always confused me. Like, why is that manager over Manny, like, so weird? Doesn't even know his name until he looks at his file. Ooh, Shrine of Thorns. How? Going into melee for this. I mean, it's funny. Just doesn't make much sense. Ah! Ooh, I'm just going to throw a poison vial on me. You mentioned that you did level up that... Oh, did I? Maybe I just forgot to do the skill points. Oh, yeah, it's when I was like, I'm pumping energy, but I didn't do the others. I always stare at the lump of Jean-Claude Van Damme's... There's a lump in... I can't tell you the last time I've seen a Jean-Claude Van Damme film. I don't... Like, I think I've seen Bloodsport once, and that's the only film I could think of him being in. Because I'm not an action film guy. I never watched... The most martial arts films I watched were Mortal Kombat. And that'll tell you something.
Those were so bad.
The first first one was good. You shut your dirty whore mouth. The second one was a piece of shit.
It was good when you watched it the first time and you were 12.
I don't know what you're talking about. I watched it just like last year, and I was like, I still like this. The first one's fun. Look, they had a great cast too. I can never know his name, but he's like my favorite Asian actor, the dude who plays Shang Tsung. And then they had fucking Christopher Lambert as Raiden. It's like, holy shit, dude. There can be only one, and it was him. Because he played the Highlander as well, get it? God, I'm good at this.
Yep.
So good at this. Ah! Got a something of thunder. Ooh, it's a spear. Brahma. See, are you better? If I put an essence of Prometheus, you'll be better. Holy crumbs on a stick. Yeah, I'm gonna save this and put a thing of Prometheus on it. The only Jean-Claude Van Damme film that I remember was the awful... I forgot Street Fighter even had a movie. That's the thing. If you're more forgettable than the Mortal Kombat films, you've done messed up. However, if you like Mortal Kombat Legends is good. The first season, that's all on YouTube. The first season is just backstory of like individual characters. Like each character gets their own episode, except for like I think Sonya and Jax get 2 episodes with Kano. And then season 2 is the beginning of the tournament, and guess who reprises his role as Shang Tsung? That's right, that Asian guy whose name I don't know, but he's really good.
He makes a really good Asian villain in a couple of different things. I just can't name any of them.
I just don't know his name, but yeah, he's often plays a villain, but that's fine. He's great. Yeah, another hero monster, cool. But. Yeah, so that's like, you know, they bring in Ermac, I think they bring in Rain. They bring in a lot of cool people, but unfortunately they said they're not going to do any more. And they just barely started the tournament. I'm really sad, but it's like some controversy between Warner Brothers and the guy that did the directing of it, and I'm very sad. Very sad that it's not happening anymore. Because it was really, really good. But hey, at least we have Mortal Kombat 11 coming out, which I'm 100% playing on the channel. By the way, am I good at fighting games? No. Not at all. I've never been good at making combos. Even when they say, hey, here's how you make combos, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I enjoy Mortal Kombat, and I enjoy Marvel vs. Capcom 2. A lot. It's bad, and Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Is fun. I want to get the new one, but I can't spend $60 on a game that I won't play that much. You have to be an RPG for me to spend money on you these days. Whoa, come here. Look at these beetles. They have like skulls on their backs. That's cool.
No kidding.
That is rad. But yeah, we'll definitely be playing Mortal Kombat on this channel anyways, because a lot of this channel is to replay my childhood. That's right, it's a very selfish channel. Though people have been requesting Star Ocean till the end of time for a while, and I think I will. See, there's another one. I think I will give in and do that soon. I'm just intimidated because it's such a long and big game, and I know nothing about it, except that it's sci-fi.
The game guides you well enough to where you'll be able to go through the story without a problem, but if you start diving into the luscious world of side quests, you can spend 200 hours in there.
What was that, hun? Could you make me a coffee because I'm stingy and stuff? It's only a 2nd cup. I need a 3rd cup. Stream day. Okay, never mind. I've drinking a whole cup of this already. It's my 2nd cup. I don't know if she's going to make me coffee or not, but if it suddenly appears, I'll be super happy.
You know, if she's taking requests, I mean, I'll cook lunch for a caramel macchiato.
Go to your room, fucking fancy drink person. Oh, thanks. She's giving me her remnant coffee. And it's not even cold because one of the parents gifted me a Yeti thermos mug thing that is apparently like a super expensive thermos and works super good. Like she'll get coffee at like 8 in the morning and it'll still be hot by like I don't mean warm, but I mean hot by like noon. And I only know this because she fucking stole it and told me about it. I've yet to use it. Like the mom of the child came and be like, "Hey, so is that thermos working out for you?" I was like, "I don't know." She's like, "What?" I was like, my girlfriend stole it because she says it's amazing. She said, "Oh, well, that's good enough." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
I think we did a U-turn.
Peppermint I don't like peppermint, so kudos to you, Grim. Kudos
I like
to you.
spearmint, but not peppermint.
The only time I like mint is when I'm using it in like a savory dish. I don't feel that mint is a sweet thing. Like, put it in beef when you're marinating it. Put it in a meat pie or something, that's fine. But like peppermint candies and chocolates, I'm like, ah. I mean, so yeah, I
take it or leave it.
There's a good chance that I will do Star Ocean till the end of time as my next RPG Let's Play.
Yes!
But I need to finish Dragon Quest first because those are both big games. The only reason I was willing to do Breath of Fire simultaneously with Dragon Quest was because, for the most part, I knew Breath of Fire pretty well. And I had Atheron there helping me quite a bit. So again, thank you so much, Atheron, for all that help. For like the minor mechanical details that are unknown to me. But like where to go, how the game works, I knew it quite well. But Dragon Quest, mechanically not a very hard game, though I don't know the resistances in the game. I just keep trying to go off Pokemon, so I'm like, oh, you're flying, I'm going to shoot you with lightning or ice, you know? But it's a big game, and I don't know anything to do with the side quests and things like that. Like, I'm finding stuff in Dragon Quest, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, I cannot do that game, which is a big game, as well as Star Ocean, so it's going to wait. Alright, take care, Umbar. It was good to see you again. If you're going to stream again, let it be known in either mine or major server, because I'd love to pop in, assuming I'm not at work, like it was last time. But yeah, do take care, Umbar.
Later. It was good to hear from you.
But yeah, I mean, I really do. Like, I've been thinking about... I remember when Till the End of Time came out, and, you know, that's back when people still got Game Informer magazine, and it was advertised as the first ever PlayStation 2 game taking up 2 discs of space, and I was like, wow, because Final Fantasy X was super long, good graphics, decent amount of cutscenes, and was still only 1 disc. So I was like, what the fuck happens in this game? And then I also started reading, like, oh, the great sci-fi adventure, and I was like, fuck that. Because as a kid, even more so than now, I just hated sci-fi. I had zero interest in the stuff. I wanted nothing to do with it. It was like, there's no magic. They're just going to explain it with technology, and that's stupid. I was a very closed-minded kid when it came to my fantasy. But, you know, now the game has such a phenomenal reputation. And I want to know why. I don't want to watch someone do it. I've had plenty of opportunities to watch a Let's Play of it, obviously. And I'm like, no. If I'm going to experience that game, I'm going to experience that game. And then I'm getting to know Grim a lot more over time because we're playing D&D together, and we play Pokemon together and stuff, and so we just get to chat a lot in Discord and over voice. And he is very... Oh my god, he is very vocal about that game.
I just did. Like, don't die.
So many people... To me, it feels like that game would be akin to Radiata Stories. That, though it is a loved game by those that love it, it's also apparently a gem, because it's not up there as, like, a top game whenever you look at a
really
list. And, you know, I'm learning that I'm loving these games that are not on those lists, like Breath of Fire, like Radiata Stories, like Chrono Cross. Hell, Chrono Cross just flat out gets hated because people expected a direct sequel, and fuck you didn't get one. Too bad. Deal with it. You got what you got, and it's a phenomenal game on its own. Phenomenal game. Is it a sequel? Yes. But does it blur the lines between direct sequel and spiritual successor? Yes, it does. And I think that's really cool. What is a Mikos?
You got a level.
Leveled? Miko. No, that's not it. A Mikos is Mikros. It's a hatchet? Are you... Okay, throne.
Till the End of Time is definitely a good one. It is a huge gem, and it got seriously overshadowed even in its own series, because The Last Hope right before it felt like a bigger game, but it was just because they put more space on the maps to walk across, so it took longer to get there. But it wasn't
Gotcha.
necessarily longer story-wise.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like maybe I should start with the PlayStation 1 games, but so many people say till the end of time. So I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I should. And Theron, I've already told you, Grandia is happening. And it could also be the next one. I don't know. Like, I don't, like I've always said, what I end up playing is very, what do I feel like in the moment kind of thing. And, that's why, if the fuck is that?
It's a new
She's
friend.
a lady! Here, turn so I want to see her. Damn,
me,
she's,
I'll walk up and then down. I don't get much direct control.
Okay, there you go.
we go.
She's good looking lady. Oh,
Foxy.
she needs to eat more, though. You can see her ribs way too well. Like, that's unhealthy.
All right, my next skill will be summon cheeseburger.
Ooh, there you go. There you go.
Actually sounds really tasty. I'm kind of hungry today.
Does. Okay, I don't get any summon skills with what I went to, unfortunately. That's why I really wish I would have gotten Dream, so I could have gotten that Nightmare. I really thought you could respec your masteries, and I'm sad that you can't. Get up to here.
I think I'd ditch Lich King and I'd try to go for the Wisp that's in the Storm category. I think in my single run I'm going to try that out and see how the Wisp is, because that skill for 99% dodge everything.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. I want to try out Dream, and I looked at Rune. I'm not interested.
No?
Rune doesn't seem interesting at all.
Is that the one that came with the Ragnarok jazz?
Yeah. All right, we need to kill those tower, totem, shrine, obelisks. That's what they're called in this area, the world. Oh gosh, this hurts. Like as I was saying earlier, I'm very mood based when I start a new Let's Play, and I'm surprised that my mood for Kings of Amalur survives so long, because it's been a while. Ooh, hidden treasure. But like if you remember from like pick my next Let's Play, Shin Megami Tensei's Nocturne was on the last two of those, and now I'm not even in the mood for it. So it's like, literally, who knows what I will be in the mood to play when the next Let's Play comes about. And that's the thing, I just don't know. So I can't promise anything at the moment. And so I'm not going to promise that this or that is the next Let's Play, because I've done Let's Plays of games that I didn't necessarily want to, but I just wanted to have it on my channel, oddly enough, like Legend of Dragoon. And then you saw like a massive hiatus of like 3 to 5 months of nothing from that game. And then when I got back into it, I really wanted to play it. So, it showed that I need to be careful, because if I'm not enjoying myself, why am I doing it? There's no point to do it. And I need to sell shit. So that's my big thing now, is I have to enjoy. Like, I was thinking of doing dot hack.
Oh yeah.
And I download the ROM, it plays well.
It's such a slow game though.
Exactly. And so it's a game that I wish had become an MMO. Because it lends itself to being an MMO, considering the premise is you are playing an MMO in the actual game. And that's a really cool premise.
It was a stone's throw away from being a good game, but it played itself by playing as an MMO that's not.
Correct. I didn't mean to sell that. They released a new, like a remake of one of the dot hacks, but it's not the first one. And the thing is, if I were to play dot hack, I'd want to play them in order, so I mean starting with Infection. So to me, I feel like that might be a better stream game. I don't know.
Are you talking about the dot hack GU remake?
Yes. That's what they made.
I picked it up, I played it, and I struggle with it because the cinematography in that game, the action scenes are fantastic, and then it drops you into gameplay, and it's again back to really slow combat.
Ah. That's unfortunate. Battalion, no. Wait, what? I need Prometheus's flame. Wow, that's good. Do you have any from Essence of Prometheus's flame?
I'm dropping all I got, but I don't believe I do.
I need one more piece to make a full one, which will give me a shit ton of fire damage on this new spear. Let's see.
I can hold that for you.
What are you? 12 strength and 5% stun. By the way, so you have some attribute points to spend. Thanks, buddy. Let's go into full on Dex this time.
Dot Hack did have an MMO, but it was only Asian accessible.
Well, yeah,
I wouldn't have minded
like,
giving that a shot.
kind of like Breath of Fire 5.
There was a 5?
It's an MMO. In like Korea or Japan only. It's fucking stupid.
I used to play the original Ragnarok MMO in Korean, and I learned basic characters, but that's such a huge language to pick up with zero schooling.
Yeah, it is. Don't blame you for not finishing that.
No, I think I got maybe 20 to 40 hours in there. I couldn't hang. The quests were getting too complicated, and I couldn't read.
Yeah, Dragon Quest 10 or 9, not 11. I think you mean 10 or 9. Was 9 the DS one, or?
Dragon Quest is one of those series I wish I had more, I don't want to say interest, because I'm interested in it, just experience in. I have 1 and 2, but I haven't played the last one. Rage has. He says it's good. I should pick it up, but
11's really good. It's really fun.
Maybe I'll use that one to get back into it.
I prefer 8. I think it's more of a challenge. Obviously, I can turn on Draconian quests, which is supposed to make it harder. But
Which is the one with Yangus that Mage is playing?
no,
8.
I'm playing the one with Yangus.
Oh, you're playing the one with Yangus. 8.
Yeah, Mage is playing 11. Mage has already done 8, and his is really good. But I'm the one currently doing it.
They're both on my watch list and my to-do list, but I picked it up and I think I got Yangus, I got Jessica, and then I just kind of fell off and life got busy.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of time for the story to really pick up, but once it does, you're like, whoa. It's really good.
What you see is all I have. Come again.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
time to go back to wherever we were.
Sadly, a lot of my gaming experiences have to be short dose experiences. So anything that I could pick up, play for 2 hours, and then put down. And I feel like a game like Dragon Quest or even Final Fantasy 15 took me a while, just because I'd get lost when I picked it back up, a week later.
Well, Dragon Quest 8 would be kind of hard because sometimes you can go really far without getting a save point. But 11 is far more generous with its save points and its healing. So you can basically sleep anywhere, kind of. Let me see. Here we go. Okay. So 11 might be a better option to start with, and then from there backtrack into 8 when you have time, or just play on an emulator and you can save state. Because honestly, if I couldn't save state, I wouldn't be able to play the game because I can't always play for as long as it needs me to. Basically, I'm like, that dungeon took me an hour and a half. I don't always have an hour and a half to play as an adult anymore. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
That's actually how I wound up finding you. I was looking at a way where I could play Radiata stories in small doses, and emulators with save states came up. So I looked for a stream that had something like that, and sure enough, you popped up, and I got sucked in for 2 weeks.
Yay! I love that game. I know I spent hours and hours in that game, but I can't wait to play it again. Honestly, it's just so good. I really want to do like unique playthroughs of that game. Like, week part of me was like just farmers, or the bridge construction guys, or the 3 goblin trios would be really fun.
Oh, goblins are broken. Goblin Song breaks it.
Yeah, I mean, Goblin Song's amazing, but they do like no damage, and they have such a good shot at just being one shot, even at high levels. So we Gob, Aesop, and someone else. I forget their names. Or just a Magic Institute run, or just a Dark Elf, or just a Light Elf run. Things like that. Because I've done the strong parties, I've done the guild masters, all that stuff, and I'm like, I don't like using the guild masters. Yeah, like, the only guild master I like using is Nynx, because he's so unique. Doesn't even have legs. But he's a really cool guy.
Yeah, I played that one back in the day, and I think I only recruiting like 40 or 50, and I'm like, that's a game I need to complete. And then I saw the Mighty Soul do a 100% and how to get everybody, and it just kind of opened my eyes. It's like,
That was
how
hard.
did
I mean,
how
it's
did I
not
miss
hard, but
all
it's,
of
the
that?
thing is, it's easy to miss people if you don't have a
Absolutely.
guide. Because to figure it out on your own, that'd be really hard.
Impossible?
Not impossible, but like you just have to be super careful. And because I mean, some people are missable and you don't even know they're going to be missable. And there's so many people with you have to talk to them this many times on different days, and only
Consecutively.
Yeah, and only available at this time of the day, or you have to have this person in your party. I mean, I guess that's easy for the one girl from the Void community. Forget her name. She wears pink, and like she dresses up as different people. It's pretty easy to know who you should have in your party because it's like, wait, Alicia doesn't hang out in the pub. Things like that. But
Great
yeah.
game. Well done. I wish we could have a direct sequel with just as many, if not more, recruitables.
I probably prefer a prequel to that game. With like Jack's dad, or a bigger prequel to when Elwyn was coming of age. Before she was
Ooh.
this great warrior, but she's obviously pretty damn immortal because she's the daughter of Algandar. Well, the king the Elven king you learn about in Algandar's castle. How he had a daughter with a human. That's Elwyn.
Nice.
That is her. That's why she knows Parsec as well. They've met a long time ago. And I'd love to see that. Love to see that. Where are we
So
going?
I've 80% tuned out. What are we doing? Where are we going?
Have a good day at work, Ragemus. If such a sentence exists.
Take care, Ragemus. Thanks for stopping by. Do appreciate.
What were you asking?
Oh, what are we doing in this game? The one we're playing now. I tuned out like 80% while we were.
Yeah, I'm just
yapping.
kind of moving forward. We need to obtain the Eye of Chaos in the region near the Fam Oasis, and obtain the Hand of Balance from Giza. So we're currently in the Fam area,
Gotcha. So we are making progress.
I think.
Okay.
Assuming this cave leads somewhere. That matters.
I just guessed we had enemies we were killing. We were going.
I'm basically just looking for a way out of this cave now, and I see it's kind of this way. There's a Ripworm Flesh Gnar. Yeah, this game is far from short. It is not Diablo 2. I'll tell you that for nothing. To the right. Please go outside. Nope, going downstairs.
Oh, we might be in the right area if we're reaching multi-level dungeons.
Yeah, but it's not actually saying level changes. That's what's interesting to me.
Ooh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh my god, they hurt. Yeah, I'm going into ranged. Oh, they have ranged. Boy. I need to remember to use my traps more because I don't use them enough.
Sylph isn't nearly as flashy as Lich King, so I can't see her dealing damage, so I can't gauge how powerful she is in comparison.
Well, she's just using a bow, isn't she? But I think
Yep.
she can also heal and stuff. Like, read her tooltip when we're not in combat. I'd love to
Will
hear
do.
what it says. I remember seeing her and being like, that's pretty good, because I know she's ranged, and like I said, I think she can use like some of your abilities or something.
Royal Coffer, give me some stuff.
Raider Bow of Frost.
Alright, she's got...
Nope.
Energy, health, bow attack. She dodges 22% of everything. direct damage to health reduction plus piercing damage. Maybe she has skills that can heal.
I mean, what does her thing say? Like her flavor text?
Summons a powerful forest nymph who can bring down enemies with a magical blow and cast enchantments to strengthen allies.
There you go. I knew she could do something magical. Apparently, she can enchant us.
She does. She creates an overgrowth shield when she gets to the next tier of skills.
Okay, so
And
you just haven't unlocked
then-
them yet. Good.
And then a burst that passes through enemies with elemental damage. I dig it.
All right, so yeah, so she'll get better. Just like the wolves got more plentiful, she just gets more abilities. So many worms. I do feel like I'm in Diablo 2's Act 2 as well. I mean, they both take place. I mean, this takes place in Egypt, and that game took place in their form of Egypt. So, I mean, you know. Yeah, I'm just running through now.
Yep, we're still going down more levels.
So many things.
Oh, I made a mistake. I dragged more.
That's alright. I've got a trap out. It's actually doing its job now. And eventually, I'm going to try to boost up my traps so they can get to become an AoE. Because they can start doing that, which is cool.
No kidding, they become little splash traps. That's kind of cool.
No, I think they just shoot out multiple arrows, actually. Armageddon. Alright, mage.
Ha 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 ha.
Go to your room. No, that was actually good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
All right, there's stairs down to the.
Okay, when do I get that? Modification of the bolt trap increases the number of bolts fired per round. 3 projectiles per round. Very cool. But I need to master my roguery stuff, so I'm going to work on that. By the way, I've moved a lot, so is my voice still fine?
No, coming in loud and clear.
Like I'm leaning back quite a bit.
I wouldn't have noticed it if you hadn't mentioned it.
Oh, I see. So now you're suddenly going to notice it, huh? Huh? Just a placebo
What?
effect?
What's that? Can you speak
Oh,
up?
no.
Just
Oh, no. Yeah, I'll steal that money. Fuck you.
Oh,
Make you a poor bitch.
let's see. I'm sitting on just over 1 million. I think I'll be all right.
Serious? I'm only at 86,000. 860,000, sorry.
1.7. Sorry, 1.07. 100 million. 1,007,000. There we go. Numbers are tough. You know, there's like 10 different ones that go in different orders. It's a rough ride.
Facts. True facts. I will say, I hate it when people give you big numbers without commas. I'm like, fuck you.
Oop, boss
Iraq
monster.
bone cover. Scorpus hero.
Squish 'em, my friends.
Job's done.
What's that from?
Warcraft 3.
There it is.
When you send a human peon to do something and he finishes, job's done. And then the orc peon, more work.
Ooh, Bob Ross needs.
The HPs.
I think my next level will go to beef that up a little bit more. It's only sitting at 7 out of 16.
How much
And
does
it used to
heal?
be a full cure, but we got a lot.
Yeah, we got a lot of HP now.
You know what? It also has additional perks I could throw in there, like cooldown timers and... Oh, it could leap to additional targets.
That's good.
I think I shall invest in a tick of each. That way I at least have a baseline in there.
Well, yeah, it's in... The reason it's in Hearthstone is because of being in Warcraft. But that's an obvious one since Hearthstone is Warcraft. And I'm using potions like crazy. It's a good thing I have, like, more than 100 potions.
Whoa.
114 healing potions.
I thought my stack was stout. I have 51.
I only have 24 energy potions, though.
22. I burned through those pretty quick.
Fair. I'm starting to, since I use a lot of abilities now. I love your oak, heart of oak thing. Bonus HP I get from it's pretty nice.
It's a hit and a miss. I try to stay close to you because when you leave range and then come back, you get that percentage back, but it's empty health. I have to fill it back up.
Oh, I don't get minimum as well. It's interesting.
Yes.
That is interesting. Imagine both of us running melee characters with like a heavy melee area, but also like a magical subset on it.
I think it'd be fantastic to see 2 people with charge dashing in.
Yeah. Please don't tell me we've reached the end. This better fucking go somewhere, because we haven't had like any magnificent treasure or anything.
Nope, just a big hole in the ground. Find somewhere else.
I'll be a tad bit annoyed. Random shit. Got a beast collar staff. Bonus damage to pets. I'm gonna drop it for you.
I dig it. My necromancer staff's getting a little bit worn out.
Yeah. I'm really glad there's no durability in this game. It's nice to not have to repair. Not gonna lie. Normally I like all for durability. Like I'm sad durability was taken out of Skyrim, but then I want more realism in Skyrim. So that was unfortunate. I was very pro durability from Oblivion. Just a hole in the ground filled with brim with monsters and no. Yeah, the treasure's been shit. So please don't tell me we have not progressed our story at all here. I'll be a little sad.
It looks like it's just a big hole in the ground filled with crap.
Yeah. I mean, XP, I guess, but, you know, that's cool, I guess. Levels do feel more valuable in this game than they do in Diablo, I'll give it that. Do you even have your sylph summoned?
Yeah, she's floating around somewhere. I see her little arrows flying from time to time.
Oh,
She
shit!
seems a lot less aggressive than Lich King.
Oh, no, never mind. I saw her arrows going like crazy. I just wasn't seeing her. Jeez, I had that up there.
Pupil's Coil of Haste. That sounds tasty. Oh, it's attack speed. Never mind.
I have a feeling we came into a big area
And
that
got
didn't
nothing.
take us anywhere.
Did it even have a boss monster down here, or was it?
I think we
Just-
saw one like a few rooms ago, but oh damn it, it sucks.
Well, thanks for coming on this little adventure with us, guys. This hole was fun to dig in.
Seriously. I will say I do love that there are no load screens really in this game. And it's just goes. Just goes. And goes. Then it goes some more.
This part kind of feels like Lord of the Rings, the video game about walking.
I love Randall's spout about that in Clerks 2. Even the fucking trees walked in that movie. Come on. Oh, Randall.
Ha.
Then he says other words that I'm not going to say on my own channel. My grandma said that all the time because she was racist. You know, she did call people this. Oh my god. I love Kevin Smith's movies. Even Tusk was entertaining. I wouldn't actually recommend it, but it was entertaining. I mean, if you ever want to watch a person turn into a walrus, watch Tusks. If that's not been a lifelong dream of yours, you probably live without it.
I think I feel the same way about what's his name? Daniel Radcliffe's movie Horns.
I never saw that.
You're not missing much.
That's fair. I mean, premise-wise, it sounded pretty cool. You know, anything with a demon, I'm willing to watch at least once. But
You know-
apparently not.
I think the casting selection is what messed it up because I will always only see him as Harry Potter, and I'm sure that's why he took that role, is to break away from it. But
Yeah, though he
it
did
didn't
really
work.
good in shit, what was it called? There was a television show where he played a doctor that got positioned like in Russia in this like secluded ass area, and it goes between him and John Hamm because John Hamm plays his like older version. And so you constantly go back in time, and that's where the majority of the show is as the Redcliffe character. But it was really good. It was like Journal of a Doctor, something. I can't remember what it's called. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Therion, maybe? You're a smart guy. Oh, hey, I
man of
found a
learning.
wall.
A
I
wall?
think I found a town.
All right,
Yeah,
coming
I
to
found
you.
a town. Shit, we walked right past it.
Oops. Sorry, guys.
There's like NPCs and shit in there. Ooh, disease.
Oh, disease plumage is for you. I get
Those
the
are-
pristine.
Always good.
No
Bay and
kidding.
Oasis.
Full on town.
Okay, what do we need to do here?
Um,
Eye of Chaos in the region near the Fan Oasis. Okay, so... Oh, and we even get a thing. Boom.
It's true, the caravan after the last caravan was attacked.
Side quest updated. Caravan woes. Appearance of a single Dune Raider tribe led by the chieftain. Find and defeat is new. I mean, hell yeah, that'll give us 12k XP.
armor, potions, bows, and staves. What would be your choosing?
wow, I didn't pick up anything useful. A big bag of junk.
Yeah, I got a big bag of money making for me. What do I need this scroll piece for?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. The NPCs are awfully polite in this game. Do we have a caravan?
There's one. Yeah, it should be right next to you.
What was that?
The only one I know of is standing right next to you.
No, I mean the person that has our stash.
Oh, stash.
Yeah. I think they're called a caravan. So we gotta find it in this area. So that's good to know. So, okay, it doesn't look like I've grown a level without Aetherion hiding it from me. Because, you know, that's the only reason I don't notice this, because Aetherion hides it. Fucking hiders. Speaking of hiders, I love that there is hide and seek in Breath of Fire 3. I just think that's such a neat little thing, and then they become masters. It's so fun. Also, Therion, thanks. I've never known about the magic formation. Like, I've had the guide my whole life and stuff, but I've never read much on those guys, so I never knew about the magic formation. And I'm a little sad that I didn't really utilize much of it, just because Pico was so strong. I had to buff him up. He's my favorite. Ah, run away! You're like Monty Python at the French Tower. Run away! Run away!
Now please leave, or we will punch you a second time.
So glad Lady Friend liked that now.
I got waifu to start watching it, but we managed to fall asleep halfway through. But I've been making references and jokes from that movie for the past almost 5 years, and she finally started getting them.
Alright, I need a new part. Oh, hey, we found Isnu. This is what we need for the side quest. Oh, he's a demon. Hey, this guy fell asleep to Monty Python, the Holy Grail. I need a new, stream partner. What? Sorry, I sneezed.
Ouch.
Wind
You know what? That's
swept-
mine. Dibs.
Nope, snagged it.
Oh, you
Or maybe
did.
Or did I?
No, I did.
I'm gonna say I don't have it. What is it?
Let's see. 58 armor, cold resistance, speed resistance, plus total speed. But I can't wear it because of strength and dex. So you.
Ah! You
Womp womp.
smart bitch. There's another formation which is better than formation, but heals per step. What?
Heals per step.
Where's the refuse one from? Oh, that's really cool. Oh, dude, I look like a badass. I have a fucking backpack on now.
Nice. It goes well with your helmet.
I got a backpack. Another formation which is better than normal, but heals per step. how. One gives the layer, the Cupid's Leer. Another gives magic formation. Another gives the speed formation. So is it from the other one? I didn't see the guide tell me any of that. Huh. That's a shame. Oh well, 1 health per turn is fucking nothing. Like, if I had had the patience to farm that Mistmail, I would have for Ryu, but clearly we didn't need it. We made Miria our bitch. She was a fun fight, though. God, that Holocaust spell, I was like, holy shit. Things came out of her face. Her face, literally, her face melted so we could, to attack us. It was super disturbing in all reality.
I'm looking forward to being able to just turn on the videos for those last ones. I want to finish Breath of Fire with you guys.
It is so good. Such a good game. Like,
I've been busy to the point at work where I'm having trouble multitasking, so I focus on work first because obviously that's the priority.
makes sense, you know.
As soon as it slows back down, I'll turn on some YouTube in the corner quietly. Alright, looks like we found a border. There's a gap over here. Maybe there's some jazz up in the corner.
Yeah, you search over there, I'll search down here, and we'll compare notes. Okay, I'm gonna avoid those fine folk. I mean, we're just looking for
Yep, I
something.
found 2 torches and a place to go.
2 torches and a place to go? Okay. I'm not actually that much of them. People's... I found...
Dirt.
person.
Wow, you're really far down there.
I told you, man, we compare notes.
It's a desert. Almost like it's a giant open expanse.
Exactly.
I mean,
I
it was easy
remember
enough
to
to
use-
miss an entire town.
Seriously. I guess hanging out on the perimeter is not always a good idea.
Yeah, if we would have found those torches, we would have kept going and never found the town at all. Right by it.
Speaking of, we need to go back to that town. And,
You're the one from Greece, aren't you?
Yes,
the one
I'm
who
the one from
killed the
Greece.
Telkin. I have not heard of this Eye of Chaos. You might try asking around in fire.
okay, this isn't a town, it's just another, like, fucked up temple. Checking real quick, 'cause I'm almost done exploring. Oh, you came down here?
I did. You were much further away than I was.
Told you.
Oh, broken temple.
Yeah. Poisoned all these fools.
I see the trail of bodies. There
I
he
need
is.
to upgrade my poison flask 'cause it's not really doing much at this point. I'd love to do poison. And according to some guides I saw, it can be really powerful. My 144 is currently not. And I can do that with like 2 hits. Or 1.5 hits. Alright, so show me this place you found, my good man.
Tally ho!
What party comps would need that though? Like just ones that don't have healing or something? I mean, Ryu has good healing. Momo has good healing. I don't think Nina does. What, like a Nina Gar comp? You're loading up too, Grim. A good game. Fun. Temple of Atom. Adam, what is this? BioShock?
Ha!
God, I'm so funny. That's why you guys come here.
Raider Bow the Winds. I'll drop that on the ground. That sounds more up your lane than mine.
I don't even like bows anymore. They're too slow. That's why I like these thrown items.
Alright. Faster healings. 18% faster. And now it
Main
heals more than
quest
one target.
Defeat Nehebkau.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for you to get up here and maybe even toss me a Healzor.
Oh, that's right. I'm making heal stronger. Cool.
Yeah, my heal over time now does 0.48 regen per second. Pretty decent.
Oh, no kidding. I healed you, and it took you and my wolf.
Dude, the music changed.
Oh, I wish I could hear it. I play on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I do it to avoid the catastrophic extra echo.
That's fair. That's why I always play with a headset on. That way I can still listen to music and it doesn't go into my mic at all. Oh, you didn't fucking drop anything. Eye of Chaos! Oh my god, there's two of them. It's almost like we're playing two-player. I think it's really cool that it does that, because if that makes it to where we can still both take these characters into single player and not have like missed out on key items. What I pick up? You can have this staff.
Woo, sticks.
You can have this stick. Oh.
Jeweled Staff of Servitude. I feel like that's the name of my department at work.
Yeah, I'm gonna finally replace the shield. Oh right, I have different shields on for each thing. I forgot. Okay, that is one half done. Now we have to go to Giza, so let's port to which place takes us to the other one? I think it's Memphis.
I would assume so. We did a big skip on that.
Grim, there is a mod that fixes UI if you play in 4K. Well, we didn't skip. We just they've diverted paths.
Can I help you?
You're right. You're right.
There's a weapon called a throw stick. I love it.
The Archon of creative names.
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that.
Gods protect you.
Just need to find Mr. Holds All My Shit. I think you're over here. Yes, you are.
Is that his professional title?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. 60
Is that
health, 10% health, that 90 energy.
similar to Lord not appearing in this film? Or Sir not appearing in this film?
Yeah. No. Else, what I did. Fine skin. I have so many runes, it's ridiculous. I can't even tell if I have repeats or not.
If you stick them all in there and then hit the sort button, they automatically combined.
Really?
Yep, sort them up.
Wow! That was amazing! I did have Essence of Prometheus enough, and I didn't even know it.
Dun da da da.
Thanks, fam. Yeah, I went there.
Learn something new every day.
Nice. I guess we'll keep you around.
Yes.
That is so cool. That's amazing. There, you do this. Essence of Dionysus wineskin, 6% physical resistance and 45 HP. Sounds good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Who is this? 5 damage and 12% attack speed. That's kind of good. I'll put that on my ranged weapon. Oh, I can't. I wish I had the Artemis's bow still,
Spacious and secure.
but I used it on my last one.
Wow, I think I just accidentally spent about 1 million gold.
How?
Bought a hat, bought some armor, bought some shoes.
Yeah, shit's expensive in this game.
I switched over. I'm a little bit more health and health regen savvy because I get hit twice and I am feeling it.
Yeah. I finally breached a million.
All right then.
That's cool.
I'm at 1,002,000. So I think I spent about 800,000.
Oh shit, we need to go back to Bayum real
The
quick.
future.
And I never liked those movies really.
Really?
I know. They just didn't do anything for me. I was like, I mean, they're fine. But I'm just like, eh. Did you get that experience, by the way?
I just did, yes.
Okay, then I did it for us. Cool.
Well, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, even if yours is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a friend of mine from WoW always says. You know, people are allowed to be wrong, and that applies to me as well. You know, differing tastes and what have you.
Excellent. Now bring me the other artifact.
Okay, Emotep is creepy. I don't know if we want to bring him the... He's like, excellent, bring me the other artifact.
Isn't Emotep the name of the mummy that was
Yeah,
Brendan Fraser?
I think so. Like, I don't think Emotep's supposed to be the nicest of dudes. Like, doesn't he, like, a corrupt sorcerer or something? I don't know.
Are you in Memphis currently?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you outside in Outer Giza.
All right, now we're headed to the top right because we went to the top left, correct?
Correct.
All right, on my way.
So the Memphis quests are probably going to be over here. Unless they're actually in the town proper.
I hear Memphis and think barbecue almost immediately.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, so many of our places are based off of other places like New Jersey.
Absolutely.
Hello, Nice. A nice name you got there. That was a bad joke, I'm sorry. I can't
I was
always
just gonna
be
let
on
it
my
slide.
game. Yeah, I do believe that Emotep was a corrupt priest, so that's why the moment I saw his name, I was like, I don't want to work for this guy.
I sense
all.
double dealings in the future.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're gathering these great artifacts for him, and I don't exactly feel good about that. But you know what? We don't finish the game if we don't. So, fuck it. If we have to, like, beat him up because he's working for whoever, well, sometimes you gotta beat up an old dude.
He looks old and rickety. I think we can handle him.
Old people need to be put in their place sometimes. Just putting that out there. Sometimes they get too uppy and like, I'm old, so you have to respect me. And I'm like, I have a very specific approach to old folk. They get my initial respect. They get that because they're old. But
Then you have to keep it.
exactly, they have to keep it. And a lot of old people forget that they can lose it. I've noticed. And it's weird when they're like, they've been like a complete twat to me. And then they're like, you're being disrespectful. It's like, do you remember the past 5 minutes of shit you said to me? Like, what's going on, guys? This is Dobbs here. I don't think anyone here actually watches Dobbs. It's just me. He's a PokeTuber.
PokeTuber?
Yeah. YouTubers that specifically do Pokemon content.
Oh,
I would love to be
was
a
assuming
PokeTuber,
that's
but
had
I
a
don't
meaning
like
like
Pokemon
that.
enough. I just don't like Pokemon that much to only do it. To be
You know-
fair, he's got like, I think he has 1 million subscribers on his main channel. I'm not sure. Like, he started off making like, you know, like top 10 videos and like Pokemon theory videos and stuff like that. But now he also has a Dobbs Gaming one, and he's really fun to watch play. And like his intro is, what is going on, guys? This is Dobbs here with another Pokemon video. And so when him and a guy named Original 151 came in playing together, like they do a versus, Vinny, or what Original 151, would be like, what's going on, guys? It's Dobbs here. What's going on? It's like for the first like 2 seasons, they just like memed that up. And well, thank you, Nice. I'm very glad to have you here as a sub, and I do hope you are enjoying this weird content that we're making at the moment.
It's definitely unique.
Atherion, for you, if you want to get into Dobbs and Vinny, they're the ones I recommend the most. I would just say find either Dobbs Gaming or Original 151 as a channel and find their verses and start from the beginning. Start at Pokemon Red and Blue and go from there, because they do Red and Blue, then they do the next generation, the next one. They're going, basically what they do is they do a randomized Nuzlocke, and then they go against each other. So whoever either beats Elite Four first, or whoever doesn't lose to the Nuzlocke wins. And so they go against each other. And so if you watch them in order, obviously it makes more sense, because you'll have continual storylines, continual dialogue between them that will make much more sense. Yeah, I like that. I mean, that's what I like about streaming, is I'm more of myself, because I'm not going for this kind of put together structure that I go for with my Let's Plays. I mean, I know my dialogue can get really random in that too, but still. Oh god.
It has a focus.
This guy's beating me up. But yeah, with this I just I basically am just myself, and I can be quite random. Nice. I saw you say you're enjoying the stuff even before you deleted that comment, so you're stuck
We will
with
know
it.
forever.
We know forever that you oddly enjoy this stuff.
All
we go
right,
down
the
this?
Great Sphinx.
I think we have to do something in here. Let me look at the main quest real quick.
Ghostly specters and undead, fallen generals.
Oh joy. Love the undead in this game, because definitely they're freaking ranged. But yeah, Vinny and Dobbs are super fun to watch. Quick note, Vinny yells a lot. He's a very high energy YouTuber, but he's very good. But yeah, he does yell, so keep that in mind. But the verses is super fun. Then Vinny and a guy named Dylan, which if you watch the verses, you'll get familiar with who Timestamp Dylan is. They actually do a thing together, which is called a cage lock, where they do a randomized Nuzlocke together, but they actually share screen and share information. And whenever they beat a Pokemon gym, they pick one Pokemon to fight each other. And whoever wins gets a point, and the loser loses that Pokemon as if they lost in the Nuzlocke. So it's kind of like a unique versus. And then they Vinny and Asteroid do Soul Links together, which is what Lady Friend and I are needing to get back to doing. Because wow, I missed that Soul Link. I spent 10 hours for playing in this game. Yeah, at this point, this is the most I've ever played this game. Like, this is the furthest I've gotten in it, even though I bought it way back in high school, so like 2012, I want to say. But I'm really enjoying it, so I would say put more hours in this game. It is enjoyable. Well, this is a unique floor. And that there was no floor.
A unique lack thereof.
Yeah. So yeah, there. And if you do feel like you're in the mood for Pokemon or something and you forgot who I told you about, just, hit me up on Discord or something. I'll be happy to remind you. I'll even send you links to their channels, because I usually don't sit there and try to promote and even support that much big channels. They both have over 100K subs and stuff, because they don't need my help, but they're really quality content creators. They do a very good job. Oh shit, I picked up a shrine on accident. Sorry. I meant to click near it, not on it. It was a frostbite one though, so at least it's not like an experience shrine.
I can forgive you then.
I suppose. That's good. I was gonna lose sleep.
Is this just going to be like another dead-end mysterious tomb?
I mean, it's the Great Sphinx, so I hope not. I wouldn't be surprised, because it was very early in the thing. You want to just run through it and see without really fighting stuff?
Whoop, I found a poison one. That hurt. Alright, quick sprint.
Loot chest and run! Loot chest and run! I'm gonna put down random taunting totems. Hey, I don't care if your English is bad. The point is to get on YouTube and enjoy what you watch.
Oh, every language is accepted, friend. Not a problem at all.
I will say,
Well,
I might not understand your native tongue. What is this? What language is that? Yeah, I don't even know what language it is. That's how unknowledgeable I am of other languages. I used to know Korean when I was a kid, and then I stopped using it, so I completely forgot it. And I used to know a decent amount of Spanish, but you stopped. I thought that was Russian. All right. I did a little bit of. You did a mistake? Oh, good job.
Yep, it has a second floor, and I'm running from everything.
Oh, cool. I found a rebirth fountain, so I don't think this is just a run-of-the-mill place.
All right, we're in the right spot then. Maybe.
A good friend of mine that I met over WoW is from Russia. Well, she's from the United States, but she moved to Russia and like at a young age though, so she's learned Russian and I speak about her every now and then on the channel. Oh my God, I just see people chasing you.
Yep. Mistakes were made.
I don't want to be here. Drop the totem. But yeah, like I've looked into Russian a few times, but I've looked into the older form of the language because I know the language has changed, which to me sounds terribly confusing for an entire country. But kudos to you, to the country for that. Oh wow, this is where we need to be. That's oddly fast. Because I was listening to a band called no, not Grim. My friend, she's not in here, but we would play like Smite and World of Warcraft together. But I was listening to a band called Therion, and they had a song called the Cleiste Evangelist, and the Cleiste religion was a sect of Christianity that Rasputin was apparently a priest of, and so the song was about him, and it had some Russian at the beginning, like in a kind of choir operatic style. And a friend of mine who's a doctor at a hospital, she's from Russia, so I was like, hey, can you decipher what this says for me? And I had it in text. She's like, oh, this is old Russian. I'll have to take it home and like study it. She's like, I kind of know old Russian, but not super well. So she had to, like I said, study it for me and tell me what it meant. And she's like, this is really dark stuff. She's like, what's it about? I was like, it's about Rasputin. She's like, oh, that's why it's so dark. That makes sense.
Oh shit, the statues come alive.
Oh God, Pharaoh's honor guard. More constructs.
When you break the pillars, their spirit seems to go inside the construct, and then the constructs kick your ass.
I wish I'd known that. I wouldn't have broken two at the same time. Would have been good to know. But yeah, nice. If you ever watch some of my other Let's Plays and you hear me do a really bad Russian accent, all I can say is I apologize, but that's the best I got. That is the best I have. Because I come from Southern California in the U.S., which is right on the border of Mexico. But apparently I can't do a Mexican accent anymore, I just found out. Because the people of Impichu from Dragon Quest VIII are modeled after... it seems central Mexico, and I can't do their accent anymore. I was like, I grew up around this accent, and so I'm very sad that I don't have the ability to produce it anymore. And literally the chief of that village sounds like one of my friend's grandpas. I was like, oh, I miss old man Martinez. He was a fun guy. Oh, he would hit us sometimes, Well, that's what they did, If you didn't listen to what the grandma and grandpa said, they'd smack you with a chancla, which is a sandal, and it hurt a lot. But guess what? You stopped running in the house. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
And because I grew up in a place, where it was like, the community was allowed to raise you to an extent. If you were at your friend's house and you were disobeying, well, their parent could spank you too. Their parent could be like, yeah, you don't get to do that. You're in trouble here. Like you could get in timeout at your friend's house, and I was like, that's fine. Like,
and then your parents would say thank you.
Or they'd find out what you did and you get in trouble again. That's how it usually
Another
was.
weapon?
Because that's the thing, since my stepdad was from Korea, no one would beat the shit out of us, but, they'd spank us, sometimes with the belt, and it hurt. But guess what? Ooh. You didn't do that again. And my step-grandma would, if you talk back to an adult, she'd put soap in your mouth. And that terrified me as a kid because I didn't know I had a loose tooth, so she did it once, and my mouth started bleeding because I didn't know a tooth had come out. But in my mind, she shoved soap in my mouth and it started to bleed. That's what happened in my head, and it was terrifying. This is a very long... Wow, that's a lot of experience, though. That's 3.54 times. That's fine.
Burly constructs.
Hand of Balance. That is a cool staff that has a cobra's head. If this is like the one in Diablo, that you can actually use, that'd be so cool. My school has a volunteer from the United States, and he helps me in learning English language. That's awesome. Ouch, that was oddly loud pickup. That's awesome, yeah. That's something I always give kudos to other countries aside from the United States is they typically teach more than one language. Whether it's English and something else or, you know, or just like bordering languages. It's really cool. And it's like, why doesn't the U.S. teach other languages until high school?
Proficiently.
Yeah, they wait till high school, and every psychology review will be like, teach them in. I'm gonna port to Memphis, by the way, to turn in the scepters and stuff. It's you need to teach other languages by like age 7.
Yeah, I wish I had more understanding in worldly languages, but by the time I was old enough to want that desire, I don't have the ability to learn more than a few words.
Yeah, it becomes so difficult because the brain stops being as good at it. Unfortunately, as you get older, you just get less able. You know, it takes a lot more work, and it's like I don't have that time. Just learning German too. Well, color me embarrassed at having once known other languages and forgotten them.
Alright then.
Yeah, I'm
Here
inefficient in
is
3
a
languages
ring
now.
for you, by the way, and a beast collars thing. I'm gonna go talk to Emotep and probably find out that he's a bad guy. My guess. He is at the front of the gates of Thebes, sealed by quest. Who are you, actually? High Priest sends something.
Some troublemakers. The problem is, the staff is somewhere in a great.
Oh, he was just telling us where the staff was that we just got.
The eye of chaos.
Essence of the
and
Jed of
hand
Osiris. And 2 attribute points. Oh god, what's he doing? Oh, he's probably opening this gate. That would actually make a lot of sense. No, not opening the gate?
Why, this cannot be. How could we fail? All that we tried, had you not already slain
What
a
happened?
Of
Telki.
Isis,
I would
30
say
health
all
and
is
30%
lost.
health regen.
All hope rides on you now.
And it's incomplete.
Ashlyn, what's wrong, sweetie? My cat is just meowing up a storm. Osiris thing, plus 8% damage to all undead. That makes sense. What's the new quest? Search for the Telkin in the val. Oh, we're still searching for the Telkin. Okay, that makes sense.
And he did open the
you
gate
get a
for
bit
us.
Of teaching of different language at the end of primary school, but yeah, well, that's unfortunate. The UK also is making the same mistake as the US in terms of when they teach language, because every psychologist and education major knows that it is early ages that learn best. However, I think this is a good place to stop because we're nearing 3 hours, and it is just hard for me to sit in a chair and play video games for that long these days.
Weak googly moogly. I didn't even notice the time I was having such a great blast.
Oh my gosh. Nice. It is awesome to have you as part of the stream. Hopefully you can make the future ones. I do them every Saturday at the same time. I typically update when the stream will be on Wednesday or Thursday, where if you look at it, YouTube should convert my start time to your start time. You see, Russia, assuming it's early morning or really late. I have no idea what time it is in Russia. Plus, it's such a large country that there's a lot of time zones. It also depends what part you're in. Central, Eastern, Western. But yeah, everyone, thank you for coming once again. Had a blast. Hope you all enjoyed. And Echo, once again, thank you for being my partner and probably crime, considering we're helping Emotep and he's rarely a good guy.
Thank you for having me. I love committing Egyptian atrocities with you.
Yep, well, let's see if we have to fight the Egyptian gods, because if we have to fight Set, I'm going to be sad because he's my favorite. Well, him and Thoth are my favorites. But if we had to take down Osiris, I don't care. I'm not that big on Osiris or Anubis. They can do what they want.
I don't know. He's got a big-ass bird head that could take us down.
Fair, fair. But Ra is always a good guy, so I'm sure we won't fight him. But yes, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week, as well as in videos that, I put out every day. So thank you so much. Until then, bye-bye for now.